way.
Nothing there for Jared. Senses that he probably has the best hand, but still he's a little locked up.
We decided to see these hands on TV. I mean, I know you don't have it like 9 out of 10 times, so I just wanted to see.
You'll be happy about some and sad about some.
Yeah, I'm sure.
There's one that you're going to be really happy about.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
Daniel's made close to 1.7 in lifetime earnings. Tonight he has a chance of taking home another $1 million and becoming a WPT champion at one of our most prestigious stops of the year, the LA Poker Classic. And we move on back down to the money pit. This time Daniel with a Jack-10. He raises it up to 135 total.
Simeon going out. And Jared, with the dominating hand in the big blind, will make this call.
Jack-10 versus King-10. And the flop is a 10-7-5.
Yeah, both players with top pair and a backdoor flush draw.
Jared with the better kicker, he's gonna check.
Daniel decides to check behind.
Surprising. Queen of clubs on the turn. Jared still in great shape here. Checking again.
And yet another check, okay.
Down to the river card, and oh wow, it's a 10. Beautiful for Jared.
That is the action card, and I do like this check from Jared here. He's going for a river check raise.
Oh, that's what he's gonna get. Daniel's gonna bet.
And I'd like to see him use a nice big raise here. It's just so improbable that he has a strong 10, but there are some bluffs he can have, so I think you should go big, and he should be bigger than 400.
I should probably re-raise, but I'm just going to call. Wow, that's sick.
Wow.
And Daniel says I should probably re-raise. Incorrect. You're gonna love yourself in the morning. You didn't lose too much. You had kicker problems, but Jared Greiner gonna take down that pot.
Should have made it 600K instead.
I mean, you make it $1 million, I'm still calling.
Yeah, I know. And obviously, I can't believe you have a 10, so.
This is Jared's first final table on the World Poker Tour. Lifetime earnings of about $500,000. So gigantic opportunity for him here tonight. And right now Jared has raised with ace-deuce. Dina goes out. Simeon with an 8-5 is contemplating something here.
8-5 is one of those hands that some players think, okay, it's not quite good enough to call in the big blind and connect off in post-flop, so I'm going to turn it into a bluff. And that's what Simeon has done here.
It's pretty hefty.
Yes, very creative. He has made it 5-10.
Why so much?
I would expect him to take a flop here. These very low suited aces play really well post-flop. But Jared has totally broken his poker face. So now I'm thinking he's going to fold.
Yeah, usually when a guy breaks out with a big smile, that means I'm relaxed now, I know I'm gonna fold, and that's what he's doing.
Yeah, tight fold from Jared there, but a really nice play from Simeon.
A friend of mine introduced me to the game, then I actually started watching the World Poker Tour. I remember Negrano, Sfandiari. These guys were like idols to me like 8 years ago. Today, I look at them like a competition. When I saw the people playing for millions, that just grabbed my attention. So I managed to build my own bankroll, start playing higher and higher, and then finally get it to here. If I get to playing for $1 million, I'm sure my blood pressure and my pulse is gonna get higher. So this will be a really big competition for myself, because it's really hard to control your emotions, not only in the poker table, but in life.
Wisely said. That Simeon Naidanov from Bulgaria. He studied business economy at the University of National and World Economy in Bulgaria, and now a very successful poker pro.
Speaks to how difficult it is to control your emotions at the table and how that can train you to control your emotions in life.
Action on Daniel. He has raised with just a 7-4 to 135. Simeon goes out. Jared with a Jack-3 wants to see the flop. He'll stick around.
Earlier in this final table, both Jared and Simeon were being very careful out of the blind against Daniel, but now that there's no short stack, you see that they are refusing to fold.
The noses are bloodied up. They're playing poker now. They both check here. And a 7 on the turn, hitting Daniel. Jared losing interest, checks again. Daniel setting up a trap, perhaps, checks as well.
And I really like this adjustment from Daniel. He knows that he can't bulldozer his opponents right now the way he could when there was 2 short stacks at the table. Jared's going to take a shot at bluffing, and I think he's going to get his hand caught in the cookie jar.
Now we find out if you ever bluff.
Jack high.
There we go. He says, now we find out if you ever bluff. And Daniel, correct this time. His opponent is in fact bluffing with Jack high, so a well-played hand there, taking the more passive line.
I guess you got your answer. But I guess you got your answer.
Yep. It's a good answer. That's what I was looking to hear.
Yeah, well, it's interesting because Daniel just didn't know how Griner was playing. Sometimes you play with these guys for days and you still don't know what the heck they're doing.
One day, we're going to cut to Niall Farrell in the audience, and he's not going to be drinking, but that is not today.
Oh, boy. That's the beauty of the World Poker Tour. Drinks allowed at the final table.
Drinks encouraged at the final table.
Yeah, that's right.
Daniel up to 200,000 here in the small blind. Simeon's got a pair of 7s in the big blind. How's he want to play this?
It's going to make it a total of 660.
All in.
A push by Daniel, though, and a call.
And that was a very well-played hand by Simeon. You can tell there he went into that raise with a plan. He said, if my opponent goes all in, I'm calling. And he catches Daniel with ace-4 suited here, making a move out of the small blind. And now is all in good shape to double up as we go to the flop.
It's a Jack 9-4. That is good for Simeon.
Yeah, good for Simeon, but Daniel picks up a 4, so he's got 5 outs, looking for a 4 or an ace. Otherwise, Simeon gonna get a big double up here.
Oh, 6 of diamonds on the turn. The Bulgarian still out in front with a great opportunity to double up. Got to dodge one more card. It's a 5 of hearts. He's done it.
That is the first serious setback of this final table for Daniel Strelitz.
Things are evening up. We're coming back with more action from the LAPC in just a moment here on the WPT.
Tonight's episode is sponsored by Hublot, the official watch of the World Poker Tour, and by Dr. Pepper, the official soft drink of the World Poker Tour.
The LAPC's biggest, most prestigious event is the WPT main event, but it actually runs for 7 weeks. It features 60 different events at all range of buy-ins, including $0 free rolls, all the way up to a $25,000 high roller main event. A lot of well-known players came out and played the LAPC and had a lot of success.
I did win 2 tournaments. I won the free roll for the $10,000 seat, which is pretty sweet. And I won a mixed game tournament.
Phil Hellmuth got into a heads-up match with Mike Matisow and ended up winning. Dietrich Fast, who won last year's LAPC main event, he came and played the 25,000 buy-in high roller and took that down for first place. No matter what your skill level, no matter what your buy-in range, we will definitely have a game for you.
Yes, and this one right now is the culmination of all those events. It is the LA Poker Classic. And right now, Daniel Strelitz out in front with 6.3 million.
But after that big double up from Simeon Naidenoff, the two of them are very close in chips. Jared is our short stack, but he is by no means short or desperate. So anyone's game right now in our 3-handed final table.
Simeon has called with King-Queen. And Jared's going to put in a raise with his Ace-Queen. And a quick call by Simeon. So Ace-Queen versus King-Queen. Here we go. Flop is a 7-4-3. No help to either player. Simeon checks. Jared will bet 225. And Simeon not too sure yet. He's going to make this call.
Yeah, Simeon limped such a strong hand in the small blind here. He's not going to give up on this very uncoordinated board. Plus, he's going to turn a king.
He's going to check his kings. It's just a beautiful card for Simeon. They both check, and the river card is another king.
Okay, so now it's a question of how much do you bet? Simeon's going to bet a lot. He bets 1.3 million. That's well over pot.
It's a good bet, I guess. I thought I was going to snap when you bet the river.
And I guess he's thinking that if Jared has a pair here, like, you know, eights through queens, he's not going to be able to fold to a river bet, so he should just go for as much as possible.
He does the right thing, gets out of the way. Simeon going to take the pot. And with that, Simeon Nadanov is now the new chip leader.
You didn't want action, I guess.
You see it on the TV, this was...
Yeah.
Everybody says.
Yeah, I don't think you wanted to call.
Just when we thought Daniel Strelitz was going to run away with it, we have a Bulgarian surprise.
And now Jared has a pair of jacks, a legit hand, calls the hand.
Everybody getting sneaky in the small blind and limping strong hands.
Daniel with ace-9 of clubs is going to raise. He's made it 200,000 to go.
It's a limp re-raise from Jared here, up to 660. Daniel is going to take the flop in position with a suited ace. This is the first time Jared's made any play like that pre-flop, so I'm sure there's some alarm bells ringing in Daniel's head, but his hand is too good to fold.
Flops a deuce-4. Very nice for Jared.
Most guys make a small bet.
All in.
Oh, wow, that is not a small bet. That is a big bet. That's almost 2x pot.
He's going to chase away Daniel. Oh, just didn't want to see any creepy card on the 4th Street. Improving Daniel. Only had about 2.3 left.
Guess I'm happy I didn't shove them.
Yeah, if you didn't call that flop, there's no way. Or maybe I just had ace high. I don't know. Shit.
Two players from Southern California, Jared and Daniel, up against the Bulgarian. Simeon now, the chip leader with 7 million. Daniel in second chip position with about 5. Jared with about 3.5. And the blinds are going up to 40 and 80 with a $10,000 ante. And actions on Jared. He's got very seductive 9, 8 of diamonds. And the button. And he's just going to call it.
Well, the pre-flop play at this final table has suddenly become very passive. We're seeing a bunch of limping in the small blind. Jared now limps the button with a really good hand. Daniel will complete, and Simeon with ace-6 suited will check. So everybody holding each other's outs, everyone's suited.
And the flop is a queen, jack 10, and that's going to give a straight for Jared.
Wow.
And a 4 flush for Simeon. This could get very interesting.
If Jared had raised this button, he and Simeon would be playing a huge pot.
And Jared's going to come out and bet 200.
Simeon is aware that this board really connects with a button limping range, so he's not going to go crazy here, just makes the call.
Simeon hoping to catch a flush, but not there. 4 of clubs. He'll check it. Jared already with the straight.
375.
375.
And Simeon has way too many outs to fold at this stage. Makes the call. We go to a river, 6 of diamonds, so he makes 4th pair. I'm sure he's aware that's not much good on this type of texture.
Yep, he's going to check it. He's disappointed.
Okay, Jared, how much is it going to be?
And Jared's going to stick out 625 before he can do it, though. Simeon has folded. Jared Greiner from Huntington Beach, California, shining here at the final table.
You know, Vince, Club WPT qualifier Eugene Miller flew out here from Delaware for his first live WPT event. And as an owner of a seed and garden supply business, Eugene was hoping his green thumb could help his chip stack grow.
I own and operate a small lawn and garden supply company, mostly specialized in grass seed, fertilizer, hydroponics. Since high school, I had jobs landscaping and working nurseries, and some might say I have a green thumb. Club WPT has helped me grow as a player. I pretty much win $50, maybe $250 a month.
Where's my name going to go when I win?
And then I finally did win one of these. I was definitely a little starstruck being in the poker room. I saw Eric Seidel, Negreanu, Phil Locke. On Club WPT, there are lots of players. They're all different styles and types of play, and that's interesting and tough to get through. If you really enjoy poker and you want to learn, it's inexpensive to play, and there are real things you can win, real money, real live seats like this. I will continue to play on Club WPT, probably every night like I usually do, and hopefully win another one of these, or 2 or 3. You'll be seeing me again.
Well, perhaps we will see Eugene win another package, or perhaps we'll see you win your first. Join Club WPT today. And now we're back here at the LAPC, LA Poker Classic. Simeon from Bulgaria, the chip leader with 6.5 million. And the blinds are 40 and 80,000. Let's go down to the felt. It's on Simeon.
Simeon played so patient at this final table. Finally caught Daniel. Scored a big double up. Now has the chip lead. Let's see what he does with it.
Well, with 8-7, he has raised to 200,000. But Daniel now with a pair of nines is going to re-raise. 680 total.
And a very quick call from Simeon. That's surprising. 8-7 suited, sure, but I didn't expect him to call offsuit. Either way, we go to a Jack 7-4 flop. So second pair for Simeon, but Daniel still in the lead with his nines. Check, check from both players. And a 5 on the turn will give Simeon a gut shot to go along with second pair. One more check from Daniel. Yeah, at this point, Simeon believes he has the best hand. His opponent has checked to him twice.
550,000 bet.
And he thinks, my second pair is probably good. Plus I have outs, if I'm wrong.
Daniel with nines. And he will make that call.
Simeon's probably a little confused by Daniel's line. Okay, you 3-bet me pre-flop, checked twice, and then check called, huh?
River card is a 10 of spades.
One more check from Daniel. And Simeon not loving that 10 will check behind. So Daniel's gonna win a nice pot here.
There we go. Let's go.
Daniel on the comeback trail.
My nickname's Deoxyribo. Basically, it's the D from DNA. I was studying biology for a little bit in college, and my dad's nickname is Deoxydad. He was actually on the rail since day 2. He's always been supportive. Before, he had no idea how to play, and he would just watch and not understand what was going, just cheer whenever the chips went my way. But now he's actually learning how to play poker. So he was there from the start of play to the end of play for 5 days straight. The tournament's gone excellent. I can't believe how great it's gone. It's unreal how well I've run.
Let's go, Deoxy.
Go! Yeah, the family that watches together, stays together. A thing of beauty in the poker world.
Plus, I think they've adopted Niall Farrell as their sort of, eccentric, hard-drinking son.
Jared Griner will raise with a 9-10. Makes it 200,000. Daniel with an ace-deuce makes the call. Flop is a 7-5-3.
Not a bad flop for both players. Jared's got overcards and a backdoor draw. Daniel has ace high and a gut shot. So Jared follows through for 225,000, and Daniel will make the call. 6 of diamonds on the turn. It's going to give Jared a gut shot now, looking for an 8. It's also a card that he imagined hits Daniel's range of hands pretty well here. So he checks. Daniel checks behind. And we see a 5 of spades on the river. So Jared, stuck with 10 high here. Looks like he's going to bluff with it.
How much?
550.
Daniel's made a lot of correct guesses in these river situations. He doesn't have much of a hand here, but he is in the lead, so let's see if he puts the pieces together.
Wow.
Wow.
Great call.
Nice call.
Oh, Jared just rolling his eyes.
Wow, nice.
Simeon impressed with that call. Jared. Daniel just laughs at him. Oh, man.
Don't listen to that Scottish idiot. He's a moron.
Oh, your opponent catches you stealing and then laughs in your face.
So right now, Daniel out in front again with 8.4 million. The winner going to take home over $1 million tonight. Second place, close to 700,000. Third place finisher, 431. Huge money here at the Commerce Casino.
Jared limps the button here with 8-6 of spades. Daniel completes in the small. And Simeon checks 4-2 offsuit. So Jared doing more button limping. And he flops a flush here. Whoa.
Wow. Daniel with queens.
Okay, time to build this pot. And what the hell? I'm not sure why Jared's checking back. Maybe he's feeling a little shell-shocked after that previous hand, but he needs to build this pot. Okay. There we go, 200,000 from Jared. Daniel with second pair, believes it's good and makes the call. Simeon has bottom pair with a 4. And it looks like he wants to raise. Wow, he's going to turn his hand into a bluff here. He seems to think that Jared can't have much.
How much is it?
And that Daniel's range is capped, so to say. It means that he can only have so strong a hand.
That's why it's sometimes very good to play deceptive hands. Don't bet when you hit that flush. Mix it up, get a guy to make a mistake. This is exactly what's happening. And there's the re-raise all in. And they run away, and Simeon's cursing in Bulgarian right now. Why did I do that thing? Why did I do it?
Welcome back to the LAPC, coming to you from the Commerce Casino. Our final table of 3 has Daniel Strelitz out in front and Simeon Nidenhoff in second, followed by Jared Greiner in third.
Two guys in their 20s. Daniel 27, Simeon 29, and a 30-year-old Jared Greiner, who got in this tournament through a satellite for $1,100. Full by Daniel. Simeon with the Motown hand, jacks and 5s. You get it, Tony?
I do, although it's a little before my time. But I know my history.
All right, well, Simeon has raised to 250 with the Motown hand, and Jared with King 10 is making the call. Here we go with the flop. King 10-8. There's 2 clubs out there, so a 4 flush for Simeon.
Action flop, and Simeon checks.
2 pair for Jared, top 2 pair.
Jared checks. What is going on?
8 pairs the board.
Well, that's not really the card that Jared wanted to see, because he knows that Simeon might check an 8 to him here. So Simeon now bets 200,000. Jared, his top 2 pair, will make the call.
Down the river we go. And Simeon catches a flush.
It's the card he was looking for. And that also completes the flop straight draw to 9-7. So Jared has to be at least a little worried that his once monster hand is no longer good.
Now Simeon gonna come out of bed at 875.
I definitely had you on the flop.
Yeah, exactly.
I shouldn't have slow played it, I guess. One of these big bets. 875? Yeah. I think I can fold my hand. I can really beat as a bluff, though. Unless you just have top pair.
Jared telling himself that his opponent could be betting a worse hand for value.
It's a bad turn to river. I think I can fold this. Can't fold it.
He's gonna call, he's gonna pay it off, he's gonna be sickened, but that's life in the poker game.
feel like Jared has psyched himself out in his three-handed match. He was playing great for most of the final table, but all of a sudden he's playing so passive at all of the wrong times.
Good river. Could have got all our chips in. You would have busted me, but.
And they are drinking and singing and having the fun.
Okay, now it's starting to lighten up over there. Now we're gonna hear from him.
The tequilas are already in the game.
The tequilas?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Getting wilder and wilder.
Daniel Strelitz with 7.4, Simeon behind him with 6.5, and now Jared down to about 1.7.
It's got 17 blinds. As our blinds and antes have gone up, we are playing 50,000, 100,000 with a 15K ante. Action with Daniel Strelitz on the button, and he's gonna go up to 225. Simeon, with pocket eights in the small blind, will call. And now Jared has ace-queen suited in the big blind, so you know what time it is, Vince.
You would think it, and he's gonna do it. He's gone all in.
Too much.
Daniel with a quick muck. But Simeon will make this call. Showdown battle.
Ace, queen of diamonds, pocket eights.
So Jared, in a coin flip for his tournament life,
Whatever they're saying, the opposite of that.
well, he's in bad shape here, but he hasn't lost his sense of humor. Jared at risk. If he gets this double up, he'll be right back in the mix of things. If not, he's our third place finisher and gets 430,000.
Here's the flop. There's an ace, 8, 9, 3 of a kind for Simeon. Aces for Jared. 3 8s. This has turned into a soccer game.
We want a diamond.
Yeah, it's not over yet. He's in bad shape, but it's not over yet.
No.
Diamond's coming, though.
Jared needs either running ace-queen full house, running diamonds, or running straight jack-10.
Deuce of diamonds.
Going to the turns. No, it's a jack of spades.
So it is not over yet.
We still have 4 outs, 4 outs, 4 outs.
A 10 would give this pot to Jared. Otherwise, he's going to be our third place finisher.
10 ball. 10, baby.
I should like stand up and put my bag on. That's how it's gonna happen.
Can Jared possibly catch that 10?
10, baby. It's yours. 10.
No, not to be. It's a queen. High fives all around.
Good game, man. Good game.
Jared Griner out in third place. Going to take home 431,000. He is gone, and we are down to heads-up action. But first, let's talk to Jared.
Jared, you almost didn't get in this event. Now you made the final table of the World Poker Tour. How do you feel about tonight's performance?
I'm super happy. I'm really competitive. I love winning, and I hate losing more than anything in the world. So, you know, winning $400,000 is pretty ridiculous. I'm really, really happy.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, Jared.
Well, with Jared Griner's elimination, we are down to the final 2 players here at the LAPC. When we return, Daniel Strelitz and Simeon Naidanov go heads up for the WPT title. You don't want to miss it.
Vince, real poker players are sick of the all-in fest on those other social poker sites, so they're switching to playwpt.com. No more waiting for pocket aces and praying for them to hold up. That's not poker.
That's right. Play WPT Poker,
Where skill matters.
Preparations are being made for the heads-up battle between Daniel Strelitz and Simeon Naidanov here at the LAPC. And during the last break, I had the chance to speak with both players. Daniel, you are playing for life-changing money right now. You've got your family here. It's basically in your backyard. How much would winning this mean to you?
Winning would be amazing. I mean, it's like the biggest tournament of SoCal where I've lived my whole life, and winning it would just be a dream come true.
And what do you think of Simeon as a player?
I think he's great. I think he's probably what I thought was the next best player at the table. So I figured that we would get heads up.
All right, well, the challenge is here. Good luck.
Thank you.
Simeon, you're about to start heads-up play after outlasting some very tough opponents. What's it going to take to come out of this one with a victory?
Well, that's the hardest part of the tournament, I guess, the heads up when you're even in chips with a very good opponent.
Are you feeling some pressure going into heads-up?
Yeah, definitely. I was feeling pressure over the final table because I figured out that we might be flipping for $500,000 like the next hand, and I'm like, whoa, that's a bit stressful. But I mean, that's the game of poker.
You've got a very rowdy, supportive rail here.
Yeah,
Has that
that's
been
nice.
Helping your game at all? Or?
It is make me happy that they're really happy for me. Actually, that's what really very nice. They're drinking tequila since 4 p.m.
Well, hopefully you can finish this quickly so you can join them for a celebratory drink.
Yeah, that would be really nice, actually.
All right, good luck.
Thanks.
Who will become the next champion of the prestigious LAPC? Heads Up play is about to start, so I'll send it back to Vince and Tony for the call of the action.
8.4 for Simeon, 7.2 for Daniel Strelitz. There's chanting going on at the Commerce Casino. Simeon from Bulgaria with his group of cronies.
Пичове, бата, ако не мокнете, не сериозно ви казвам. В смисъл, искам да се фокусирам малко и да игра. Ако не мокнете, ще стане... Много ви моля. В смисъл, не игра за 100К, сещате ли се?
Things getting serious.
She said I'm forbidden to sing.
Okay, action with Daniel here and pocket threes. Going to 225. Simeon with Jack 8 of spades in the big blind will make this call.
And the flop is a queen, queen 5.
It's a pretty good looking flop for Daniel. And he's going to take a little stab for 150. And it looks like his small sizing is going to keep Simeon in this pot. He makes the call with just Jack high.
And the turn card is a 3, making threes full for Daniel and a 4 flush there for Simeon.
That was the #1 best card in the deck for Daniel.
And there's the bet, 525, and now Simeon with hope will make this call.
Simeon stuck in this pot now. He doesn't realize he doesn't want a spade.
Oh, and it gets worse. Ace of spades.
Ooh, yeah. Well, he thinks he's just hit gin, and instead he has run into a full house.
Oh, he's checked it. Daniel now getting out the betting chips.
1.4 million into 1.8. So will Simeon call or raise? That's the question now. He will call.
Luckily, and Simeon smiling.
And he shows him the spades.
Daniel Strelitz taking down the pot, and once again, he is the chip leader. Now Daniel with an ace-5 of spades, right back on it. Gonna make it 225 to go. Simeon with a jack-9. Here we go. Flop is a king 10-3.
Check, check. And a queen on the turn will give Simeon a straight to the king.
300,000.
His opponent just has ace high, so Daniel will fold there, and Simeon will not get paid off.
No more. Take your seats.
Копеле, млъкнете, бе, не с***ам, бе, вие бавни ли сте? Не с***ам, млъкнете малко. Не мога да се крака, ми викате, бате, не си чувам мислите от вас.
He said, I told you I wanted ice cream.
He's mad at them.
He's mad at them.
Yeah, it's too loud. It's too loud.
He's happy with them, so keep going.
Craziness going on here.
I don't think I've ever seen anybody berate their own rail before.
Daniel Strelitz still out in front with 9.6. Simeon close to 6. And Simeon this time with a 7-6.
Simeon to 250, but Daniel makes it 700 with ace-jack. Simeon, maybe a little bit on tilt, judging from his behavior, makes the call here. So we go to a flop.
Oh, wow.
Jack, jack 5 on the flop. Could not be better for Daniel.
3 of a kind. He puts in a bet of 425. Of course, Simeon has absolutely nothing, and he throws away that hand. Things starting to look real good for the local from Orange County, Daniel Strelitz, with family in tow. Can he take down his first title and take home the million? We will see.
Thousands of dollars worth of VIP packages have been awarded to Club WPT members. You too can win your travel and entry to an upcoming WPT main event by playing on clubwpt.com.
Welcome back to the LAPC, coming to you from the Commerce Casino, where the drinks are flowing and the chips are flying. We are heads up between Daniel Strelitz and Simeon Naidenov. Let's go!
We got a rowdy bunch, great crowd here. Let's go to the felt. Daniel Strelitz is the chip leader with close to 10.6 million in chips. Simeon with about 5 million. And the blinds are 60-120 at this point. Action goes down to Simeon. He has ace-5. He likes it. He's going to raise it to 260. Daniel with a king-9.
Gonna make the call here. So we'll go to this flop. These guys are playing about 50 big blinds effective. And it is 10-8-7, so open-ended for Daniel and just ace-high for Simeon. Check, check.
Turn card is a 9, so that is going to hit Daniel with 9s now.
He'll take the lead here, but checks over to Simeon. And now, Simeon eyeing his chips. He's going to fire out here as a bluff.
Yeah, just ace-high, no straight.
And it's going to work. Daniel lays down second pair.
Yeah, Simeon's mixing up aggressive play. Very good instincts by the Bulgarian. Here's the Champions Cup. Champ gets his name inscribed on that with all the other WPT champions over all the years. Daniel, he will raise it. Simeon with a king-queen has made the call. Here we go with the flop.
Queen 6-7 on the flop, so something for everyone here. Top pair for Simeon, open-ended straight draw for Daniel. And he'll follow through for 325,000. Simeon.
Will he check raise here? Yeah, that's exactly what he's going to do. Close to $1 million. Now you're open-ended. Do you take a stab and make this call?
Yep.
Yeah, you're going to speculate, hope to hit lightning in a bottle.
Daniel looking for an 8 or a 3.
And he gets the 8.
Man, that's the one.
And now Simeon's going to check it.
Okay, so he check raised the flop, but now he checks over to Daniel on the turn. He only has a little more than pot behind, so we'll see what happens here.
There it goes, 1,350,000. Now Simeon with top pair. I don't know how you get away from this hand.
I don't either.
All in.
Call in.
And Simeon's gonna go all in. Daniel snap calls, and this tournament is over.
That's the championship.
We won.
We won!
Daniel has won it. Amazing.
Well, that's going to do it, Vince. It was an exciting heads-up match and a great effort from Simeon all the way over from Bulgaria. Going to take home over $600,000, but tonight, all about Daniel Strelitz.
Yeah, Daniel Strelitz is our champion, taking home over $1 million. What an exciting event for him. And right now, Simeon's going over to talk to Matt Savage.
Daniel said you were his toughest opponent. How do you feel about tonight?
Actually, I'm pretty happy with the way I played. I'm very happy with the result I have. So it was a great experience for me.
Well, a great result. Once again, congratulations.
Thank you, man. Thank
Vince,
you.
over to you.
Well, I'm standing here with the new LAPC champion, Daniel Strelitz. Well, Daniel, you beat one of the greatest fields in poker here at the LA Poker Classic. You got to feel like the best player on earth today. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I feel incredible. It's the experience of a lifetime. I can't believe it.
With that win and the over $1 million, your name's going to be inscribed on the WPT Champions Cup. You're going to get the beautiful Monster headphones along with
the gorgeous Hublot watch that every poker player wants to wear. Let's hear it for our champion, Daniel Strelitz!
Thank you, guys.
Lynn, back to you.
What a night for Daniel Strelitz, the season of 15 LAPC champion. For Vince Van Patten, Tony Dunst, Matt Savage, and everyone at the World Poker Tour, I'm Lynn Gilmartin. See you next time on the WPT.
The World Poker Tour is sponsored by ClubWPT.com. Never lose a dime playing poker, guaranteed.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the World Poker Tour. I'm Lynn Gilmartin. The Bay 101 Casino in San Jose, California is famous for taking poker's biggest names, putting bounties on their heads, and calling them shooting stars. Now, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to know that taking one out isn't easy. But that didn't stop players from around the world from coming out to do just that.
Here it is. The targets are all be shooting for.
Busting one of the shooting stars earns you the medallion, $2,500, and a coveted custom t-shirt.
Yeah, see that? That's my face right there.
Look at his face. How can you not have him every year as a bounty?
Just threw away like 80% of my closet when we were moving and definitely kept the bounty shirts.
I'm not signing a shirt this year. The event is mine.
Dozens of bounties were on hand for the first of 2 starting days, and they were ready to get into action.
I want to bust me out some shooting stars today, hopefully.
As the players took their seats, Daniel Strelitz, fresh off his LAPC victory, had his eye on a new prize, Mike Lear's bounty. Another new champ, Emma Zaimovich, was making her first bounty appearance, and she got to see firsthand how players come after shooting stars. Emma's kings were outdrawn by her opponent's trip deuces on the turn, which made her the first one to have to turn over all the goodies and hit the rail.
I had what I like the most, a lot of action, great experience. I'm gonna be there tomorrow for sure.
Any player whose initial run fell short could take advantage of a single re-entry option on either of the starting days.
I'm protecting my bounty here.
Hall of Famer Todd Brunson has become a legend here at Bay 101 for his off-color bounty shirt signatures. And Eddie Sabat was eager to get his hands on one. But to Todd's delight, Eddie was denied once again.
This is the only t-shirt I want. 2 years ago I had a chance.
As other t-shirts and cash were handed out, it was easy to keep track of shooting star exits, including Mike Sexton and his friend Flippy.
My son gave them to me for good luck, and might not be lucky right now, but tomorrow's another day. We're going to come back and try again.
Others were having better luck. WPT Champions Club member Justin Young scored 2 bounties, but the 5K payday wasn't all he was after.
It's more about the chips and having a little bit of control over the rest of the table. Definitely good confidence.
Hall of Famer Eric Seidel and others took 2 the wrong way. After busting twice, they'd have to wait until next season to try again.
I'm outie.
Nearing the end of the night, Eddie Sabat got another chance at a famous Todd Brunson bounty tee. This time, his flopped straight held. And Todd rewarded him with one for the ages.
He signed it with a bunch of bad words. If anybody knows Todd, it's all in good fun, and he's the most amazing person to play poker with.
Play wound down, and 119 survived to advance to day 2. 14 shooting stars remained, including Garrett Greer and Noah Schwartz. But it was Eddie Sabat who bagged the chip lead, which on each day 1 comes with a $10,000 cash bonus. And for Eddie, it marked another goal reached.
I don't think I've ever on a World Poker Tour event bagged the chip lead.
Shooting stars, players and fans geared up for another action-filled day at Bay 101. There was a fresh crop of elite shooting stars to take aim at, plus some returning on a second bullet, like Lonnie Harwood. Lonnie was out for revenge against Brian Piccioli, who captured her bounty last season on his way to a 3rd place finish. They got their chips in again this season versus each other. This time, Lonnie was ahead with a flopped flush draw versus Brian's straight draw, until Brian backdoored a flush of his own.
2 in a row. I got her last year, too.
That's unreal. I gotta write you a bad message now.
Brian claimed another shirt to add to his collection, plus $2,500 cash. The strong turnout was approaching record numbers, and many eliminated players took another shot at the huge prize pool.
I've just busted, but I get to fortunately re-enter, so let's have another go. Round 2.
Shooting stars James Calderero and Emma Zajmovic were both on their second bullet and having a great time. Then Emma shoved her ace-king suited into James's tens. It was a classic race.
What's gonna happen on that river?
Until the 10 on the river sealed Emma's fate, and her time here was done.
Cards weren't on my good side, but I had an amazing time today. Really fun table, fun people watching.
The whole rail's rooting for me. Yes, right. Tell them.
They make believe they were actually rooting for me, but they were rooting for Emma.
Thank you. 25-1 pays for dinner.
I got Jared Jaffe here now. He loves giving his chips to me, so hopefully he'll do it again.
A short time later, dinner was served when a juicy flop gave James a straight over Jared's trips.
Yeah, still pay for dinner.
It was good until it wasn't.
Of course, whether a hand is good or bad depends on which cards you hold.
Back in business.
Dennis Stevermer, on a family vacation from Minnesota, was thrilled to collect Maria Ho's bounty.
Sorry to see her go, but I was glad that everything worked out in my favor. She's a great player and she's super nice.
And Maria fell short of besting last season's 6th place finish.
I try not to come in with a lot of expectation, but I'm a little disappointed, not gonna lie.
Chips continued to change hands as the registration period ended, and players continued to hit the rail.
The 2 bounties?
Me too.
I hate you in my life.
Play for the day came to an end, and 145 players survived, including 19 shooting stars. The top 2 bagged over 300,000 chips, with Stephen Grainer collecting the $10,000 chip leader bonus for taking the top spot.
I play for the win. One hand at a time, one opponent at a time, one table at a time. One way to go.
It's just so cool being at Shooting Star, seeing all of the different stars here, just everyone in the same room. Bay Area Poker is awesome.
Excitement was in the air as the 264 remaining players combined for the start of day 2.
I won it last year, so it was my biggest win, so it's of course very special for me. I hope I will get back-to-back, but I don't think it will happen, maybe.
It's going to be a long day. We're going to break the bubble today. It's going to be a lot of fun.
The Bay 101 tournament staff released the official numbers. A record-setting 806 entries created a prize pool of $5.7 million. 81 would make it in the money, including $1.3 million for the top prize. Certainly something to shoot for. 33 shooting stars were still in the mix and continue to fall, including Tyler Patterson falling to Brian Piccioli, who collected his 3rd bounty, the most accumulated by one player so far.
I like this place a lot. I got 3rd place last year in this, and I'm ready for another deep run.
But there were plenty of shooting star shirts yet to be signed, for better or worse.
I kind of want Sexton's. He's on such a heater, and it'd be nice to have revenge for that Montreal final table, but we'll see.
We got 4 bounties on the table. Tournament poker is like walking across a minefield. You can blow up at any time, so you got to be very careful.
The bounties don't mean nothing on day 2 here. We're late in the tournament, playing for $1.3 million. I just want to win the tournament and not play bad.
The numbers kept dwindling.
This is hard. Much easier sitting in the booth doing it and talking about it.
And as the money bubble approached, play shifted for some.
There's amateurs that are still left that are short on the bubble that really don't know what to do. They might get exploited a little bit.
At long last, the field thinned to 82, triggering hand-for-hand play. Mike Sexton was on the shortest of stacks, down to 5 big blinds, when he went all in with pocket queens, up against 2 bounty busters. Tuan Mai, who busted Richard Seymour earlier today, was holding ace-queen suited. Latvian Edwards Kudryovsis, with 2 bounties under his belt, including Mike's from day 1A, was holding pocket 8s. Mike was looking good, but the turn gave Tuan a real flush draw. A 6 on the river meant Mike tripled up, to the delight of his lucky charm, Flippy.
He's back on target now, 3 in a row, see that?
Hand-for-hand play was getting intense, and a crowd gathered for every all-in. Local player Oscar Zarate Ramirez took a chance versus Eddie Sabat's Kings with a gut shot straight flush draw. But Oscar came up short. Realizing they were all in the money, the room exploded into applause. With the crazy long bubble complete, it was time to spin up those short stacks. Making moves was the name of the game, creating a growing line at the payout desk. And play continued into the morning hours.
It's already 1:20. It's definitely going to be a long night.
Maybe it was the long day getting me. I don't know.
Probably made a couple of bad decisions because I was tired.
Shooting star Garrett Greer got into a tangle with fellow shooting star Christian Harder when Garrett's flopped 2-pair was all in against Christian's set. The king on the turn did him no good, but a 10 on the river gave Garrett a bigger boat and a welcome double up.
Nice hand, Garrett. Nice hand.
After a long day came to an end, the field had been thinned to 44 players vying for the 7-figure payday. More than a few Champions Club members were still in the hunt, including Chino Ream and David Williams. But sitting in the top spots were Paul Volpe and Dan O'Brien, two elite players who know skill alone can't get you to a title.
I had aces like 3 times. I just won a ton of hands and then just had a great day.
These days are really long. I never get a good night's sleep during these like marathon tournaments.
I'm hoping to miss my flight at midnight and be still in for it tomorrow.
Players settled in for battle at Bay 101 as they vied for the 6 seats at the final table.
What's up?
Mike Sexton was in the middle of the field and had a number of fans, including Doyle Brunson, cheering him on.
I haven't played this much poker in 2 weeks' time, 20 years probably, so it's getting to me, wearing me out, but I'm going on adrenaline right now.
Early on, Eddie Sabat, the Day 1A chip leader, lost a flip against 3-time WPT champ Chino Ream.
Sometimes you're on the right side of the coin, sometimes you're not. Only thing you do is just give yourself an opportunity to win, and I think I did that.
And players continued to fall. As the stack soared, the 100K plaques were put into play. Once down to 36 players, the dynamic changed as the tables were redrawn 6-handed.
It's way tougher because you don't have time to kind of fold and wait for hands. I mean, you got to get in there and play, or you're going to get attacked.
And play they did.
I think we're going to get down really quick to 18 players. All those chips are going to consolidate. You'll see some people probably get close to like 150 big blinds. You might even get like a chip leader with 200 big blinds or something.
I wish I could take it to the next level, beat these dang professional players.
Even shooting stars have to fall to earth sometimes.
This one hurts a little bit more than the rest. I don't know why. I guess I had high hopes. I'm pretty disappointed on this one.
Local Tuan Mai, who tried to bust Mike Sexton on the money bubble, finally got his man with a flopped set. He scored his 3rd bounty, adding to his 2 million plus chip stack.
Good luck, guys.
And sending the season 15 champion back to the booth. Sam Panzika was now the lone season 15 WPT champion still in the field as heavy hitters continued to hit the rail.
It's heartbreaking. It was going so well, and I had a lot of chips.
Luck ran out for Tuan Mai.
I play at this casino a lot. I live like 7 minutes away. Probably some of the best times of my life in the past few days.
And Day 1B chip leader Stephen Grainer, who also scored 3 bounties.
I'm a fortunate guy. As Pac would say, life goes on.
When Chino Ream took out a devastated Igor Yaroshevsky, the remaining 7 combined to 1 table with 1 elimination left. Once the chip leader, Sergio Ido, was now all in with a short stack and saw his dreams dashed when the last bounty standing, Rhino Kemp, flopped a pair of deuces. The WPT final table was set, with 3-time WPT champ Chino Ream holding an overwhelming chip lead. Can he win number 4? With over $1.3 million up top, these other hungry pros will surely give him a run for his money. Or will the lone amateur become the ultimate Cinderella story? No matter who wins this title, history will be made.
You can play against us and other real players in Play WPT game on Facebook.
There are games running around the clock, and you need to earn your chips at Play WPT, so think twice before going all in with that junk hand. Play WPT Poker,
where skill matters. Tonight's episode is sponsored by Hublot, the official watch of the World Poker Tour, and by Dr. Pepper, the official soft drink of the World Poker Tour.
The players at this table have significantly more experience than I have. For me to win this one would be amazing.
The whole final table is tough. I'm not going to want to get out of line to the point where I'm going to get myself in an awkward spot.
I would like to win the title to compete in the Tournament of Champions. I've gotten close a couple of times, and I'm hoping to get it done today.
To win a second title would mean a lot. Being in a great group of people that have won 2 titles would be something special.
It's always good to win more titles, right? Who doesn't want as many titles as they could get? I do believe I'm lucky. So right now we're in a good position to win.
What a stellar group of finalists. But before they continue on their mission to take home a WPT title, let's gather some intel from our own Mike Sexton and Vince Van Patten. Guys, I'm eager to hear your thoughts on these players.
Lynn, I am wowed by the talent we have at this final table tonight. The 4 chip leaders, the guys sitting in seats 1, 2, 3, and 4, have over $25 million in live tournament winnings. The guy to watch tonight, though, is the big chip leader, Chino Reem. Chino is going for his 4th WPT title tonight, which would give him the all-time record for wins on the World Poker Tour. And Chino knows how to close. This is his 4th WPT final table appearance, and he's won all 3 of the other times that he's been here. That is amazing. But Vince, if we're going to see Chino make some WPT poker history tonight, it's not going to be a walk in the park for him, that's for sure.
No, Mike, this is a great table. You know, we have one last bounty standing, and that is Rainer Kemp from Germany. We met him last year at the WPT Montreal, and since then he has made $8 million. How do you do that? Fantastic. But also we have a guy that's going after his 2nd title of the season. That is Sam Pansica, very tough player. And of course, Paul Volpe. We've seen him a few times at a final table on the World Poker Tour. He's never taken down a title, but he's taken home over $5 million in poker earnings. Lynn, it's going to be a lot of fun.
Thanks, guys. And before the players took their seats, WPT Executive Tour Director Matt Savage caught up with the man of the hour, Chino Reem.
Chino, you're the big chip leader tonight. You're one of 5 players with 3 WPT titles. What would it mean for you to be the first to win 4?
It'd be really cool. I mean, yeah, I'd be the only one, so that'd be awesome. I just hope we continue to run good.
All right, you got a lot of support out there, so good luck to you tonight.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
So will Chino make history and win a record-setting 4th WPT title? Play is about to begin, so let's head down to the table.
There you see the ClubWPT.com chip count. Chino Reem well out in front, nearly 10.8 million. Rainer Kemp in 2nd place, just over 3.6 million.
Yeah, winner's going to take home close to 1.4 million, and of course gets that beautiful Hublot watch to go with his championship. And he's just starting at 10,000. Blinds of 40 and 80. Actually going to Sam Pansica. Young poker professional looks down at a king, queen, and he will make it 175,000 to go.
And we saw Sam win an event earlier this season at Best Bet in Jacksonville, going for his 2nd WPT title this season. Folded around to Paul Volpe. Looks at 2 jacks and just calls, Vince. Does not re-raise.
175.
Chino Reem with Queen 3 says, I'm fine with that. Let's see a flop.
And flop comes Ace King 6. So Sam takes the lead with 2 kings now. It's check to him.
Yeah, makes a bet of 250. 24-year-old poker pro. It is going to work. Hand number 1 going to Sam.
Do you have a pair? I did have a pair.
Feel better?
Kings are better? Yeah. Yeah, a little bit. I played my hand super nitty. Had a big hand.
Jacks?
Something like that.
Rainer Kemp, Ace Jack.
Yeah.
Likes it. First position. He will make it 170 to go.
170 total.
Least raised, and everyone is running away.
Good bluff, bro.
Thanks, got him.
Way to get it in there.
Rainer, the last bounty standing, gets to collect his own bounty if he wins this tournament.
Being a bounty did have some advantages in the beginning. People were very eager in playing spots with me, but once the tournament got deeper, they kind of stopped doing that. The table today is definitely tougher than I would have expected it to be. Chino is in the driver's seat, but everyone else on the table is pretty experienced, and we're all waiting for our spot. I mean, I would like to win it. I was actually kind of disappointed on missing out on it in Montreal, because I thought I was really close at some point.
He is going to be out in third place, but Vince, all you can do is salute all three of these guys for the battle they put on here tonight.
So there's some additional motivation right there.
He's 27 years old, lifetime earnings of over $9 million. This is his second final table on the World Poker Tour. What a player he is. As we move back to the action, Dennis Stevermer, the oldest player at the table, 56 years old, out of Minnesota. He quickly folds.
Flops king 5-6.
Spinella and Volpe also going out. Chino Ream taking a break.
Well, Sam looks down at the suited connectors. You always like to see flops with those hands.
Just going to call it, though, Mike. And Reiner Kemp with an awful 4-10.
Got the Highway Patrol hand, the 10-4.
And he will not press, so we're going to see another flop without a raise. 6-7 versus 10-4, and the flop is an ace, queen, deuce, helps neither player.
Well, Sam is going to try to just take this pot away from Reiner. And it's going to be easily done with his hand. So nice bet there by Sam Panzica. And there's Sam's mom, Amelia. Vince, she flew in last night. Got here early this morning to surprise him at this final table.
How are you?
And he is surprised. You never get smiles out of Sam Panzica very often. He's smiling now. Mom's in the house. Let's see what a good luck charm she can be for him.
Well, Mike, here we are in San Jose, California at the Bay 101 Shooting Star, where we both had bounties on our heads, of course. And it kind of reminds me of the classic Westerns. Maybe you heard of the Magnificent Seven? Well, here's a group that may be new to you, the Superb Six.
I'm Kathy. I qualified on Club WPT and cash for $1,200.
I cashed out in 197th place for $1,500, and I owe this all to ClubWPT.com.
I can't believe I cashed in a WPT event.
Cash for $1,200. And if you play enough on Club WPT, you can play with the big boys in Vegas or any place.
I cashed for $2,500 in the WPT 500. I would definitely encourage other players to play on Club WPT, where you never spend a dime playing online.
Those qualifiers turned a free roll into real cash, and you can do the same. Sign up today at ClubWPT.com and never lose a dime playing poker, guaranteed.
Well, I lost more than a dime here as one of the bounties here this week. And I didn't like it.
Well, these six players like it, I can tell you. They're all getting a big payday, just a matter of how much. Chino Ream well out in front still, $10.5 million. Just a huge chip lead with 6 players left.
Let's go to the felt pole. Volpe quickly folding, and now Chino Ream, our chip leader, makes a raise with his king-jack to 180 to go. Sam going out.
Well, Reiner Kemp has the suited connectors, the jack-10. We all like to see flops with those hands, and Reiner makes the call. Dennis out. Anthony with junk. He goes out.
What'd you start with? 3. Okay, thank you.
Flop comes up at king 8-7. That's good for Chino, hitting kings.
Yeah, Chino's flop top pair. Reiner's, you can see a gut shot straight in the backdoor flush draw.
200,000 bet into Reiner.
And Reiner gonna make the call. Well, an ace comes off. Probably a card neither one is happy about seeing.
Chino checks.
Reiner with the 2-way straight draw, he checks now. And a 10 comes off, giving Reiner a pair of 10s, but Chino, best hand with 2 kings, he's gonna check. Reiner has check down value, but his hand's not good enough. Chino going to win the pot with 2 kings. Chino going for his 4th WPT title tonight, which would put him ahead of everyone else in the history of the World Poker Tour if he gets that 4th win.
Yeah, pretty amazing talent. He is 36 years old, out of LA. And right now the antes are going up to 15,000. Blinds are 50 and 100. And Anthony Spinella,
15K.
grew up in Long Island, lives in Vegas now. Tough poker pro.
Vince, how about this stat? If Chino Ream wins this tournament tonight, it'll be the 5th time he's cashed for more than $1 million in one poker tournament. That is astounding.
It really is. All right, Spinella with queen 9 of spades, going to get aggressive, makes it 225 to go. Volpe going out. Chino Ream also folding, and now Sam Panzica picks up ace-king.
Yeah, he's got position. He's got more chips, so he's going to 3-bet it right here.
Yeah, 550 total. Right back on Spinella.
And you can just look at his face and see he's not happy.
Spinella doesn't wear shoes at the poker table, says he wants to be comfortable.
Oh, brother, did you have to share that with us? God. You're going to lose all his action in this upcoming game, Vince.
Well, he has folded. That'll make your toes curl. And he goes out.
Who knows? Maybe Sam was just clicking. I like it if you were. I mean, Sam's come to play.
All right, into this hand. Paul Volpe going out, Chino Ream going out, Sam out. Reiner Kemp. Reiner likes his hand. Makes it 250 to go with a 6-7.
Just raising it with the 76 trombones, but Dennis moving all in over the top here.
Take that.
For 670,000.
Good luck, Dennis.
670,000.
But look at this. Reiner says, I'm priced in. I'm going to make the call. They turn him up.
I had a jack and a 9.
You got what you hoped for.
Straight out, it's gone.
Reiner did get what he hoped for here, where his opponent's got 2 overcards, where he's only about a 2-to-1 dog.
Dennis Stevermer, 56 years old, out of Minnesota. Can he get lucky here? The flop's a jack 10-3.
So far, so good for Dennis. Out in front with the ace-king.
Turn is a jack. That's great for Dennis.
Reiner needs a 6 or a 7 to eliminate Dennis on the river here.
Oh, that would be ugly. Dennis from Minnesota sweating out the last card.
Oh, boy.
Big moment for him.
The gopher looking to go into a hole, maybe. No, it's a 10. His hand is going to hold up. The gopher survives. They call him Gopher, Vince, because he's from Minnesota. It's his nickname, Gopher.
Buckle up, boys. It's going to be a little ride. You can smile. You just won.
That was my smile.
All right. You can do better.
It's really special because the people in San Jose just really love poker. There's so many awesome fans and just so many nice people that are really excited to see us here and to talk to us.
I grew up not far from here. I've lived here for like 25 years. So I would come out and watch the players as well. And the fans are thrilled to be this close to the superstars.
It's a great venue, great place. And the atmosphere here is great. The people are great. Staff's great. Everything's great. The food's good. Had a great time, and it really was a fun tournament.
All right, now Chino Ream out in front with 10.8 million in chips. Sam Panzica in second chip position. The winner's going to get close to 1.4 million. It's a record here at the Bay 101 Shooting Star. And we go down to the felt action on Chino. As he looks down at an ace-7.
We're playing 51.
Chino likes that hand. It's going to make it 225 to go.
Chino likes most hands.
Yep, he plays a loose, aggressive game. Very clever player. He's so talented, he gets to play a lot of hands.
How about he's been at 3 WPT final tables before, and he's won all 3 times.
Amazing. Now look at this. Everyone's folded, but Paul Volpe has woken up with a pair of 10s. Then he says all in.
They're not going to let Chino outplay him after the flop, that's for sure.
We woke up with it. Yeah, Paulie woke up with it. That's all right. You're allowed. You are allowed.
Broke out with a hand I'm supposed to be re-shoving. But I did not want to hear you say call quickly.
Ace queen?
No, pair.
Eights?
One better.
Nice. Yeah. You definitely don't want me here to. Yeah.
Paul Volpe, extremely respected in the high-stakes poker community.
Yeah, he grew up in West Philly. He was one of 6 kids raised by a single mom. He has some talent in this game of poker. And Reiner Kemp now with the 10s. And he will make a raise, total of 210. Dennis going out. Spinella not going to play. Volpe also folding. So Chino Ream with Woolworth's hand, 5 and 10. Not going to play it.
Well, Sam looks down at ace queen. He's definitely going to play. But he just calls, doesn't raise.
2 nice hands, 10s versus ace queen. And the flop is a queen jack 5.
Well, very nice flop there for Sam. He's going to check.
And the German, a lot of guts to make the continuation bet with 2 overcards, but he's going to do that. Looks like 140 to find out where he is.
Well, Sam's just going to call, doesn't raise.
Yeah, he's going to milk that Holstein. And a 9 on the turn. 3 hearts out there, straight possibilities.
Either player has a heart. Sam's going to check. Reiner checks behind him with the open-end straight draw now as well. And an ace comes off. This gives Sam a top 2 pair, the best hand. And he is definitely going to get the W in this pot unless something crazy happens. And by that I mean something like Reiner going all in and not getting called.
Well, Panzika's going to bet 375, and the German has got to be disillusioned by that.
Man, I just can't see him going any farther with 3 overcards out there and a possible straight, possible flush. And he does the right thing. Reiner gives it up. So Sam Panzika taking down another pot here.
Yeah, there's his mom in the audience. Can't wipe the smile off her face.
Incidentally, if Sam wins this, Vince, he goes past me in the WPT Player of the Year race, where I'm now sitting in second position. But he deserves to go past me if he gets 2 W's in the same season.
I hate to see someone go past you when you're just sitting here.
Oh, man.
You have nothing. You're very vulnerable. I feel bad for you. All right, into this hand. Spinella has raised to 225 with a king, queen. Everyone folds, but Chino with ace jack.
Call.
Got to make this call. And Reiner with 10-7.
Well, he's in the big blind. He's looking at how much money's sitting out there. He said, let me just go ahead and call here. Maybe I'll hit a lightning flop. So 3-way action. 8-4 deuce, no help to anybody. Reiner checks. See if Anthony will make a continuation bet here with just king high. Yeah, he's doing it. Give him credit.
Yeah, it's going to stick out 280. Now Chino Ream.
We know Chino doesn't like to give up pots, but he is going to give this hand up. Reiner is as well, so nicely done there by Anthony.
Should have done it. Did it. It's okay.
It's okay. You'll do it next time.
It's okay.
Thousands of dollars worth of VIP packages have been awarded to Club WPT members. You too can win your travel and entry to an upcoming WPT main event by playing on clubwpt.com.
Well, there you see the chip counts. Chino Ream came to this final table with 10.6 million. He's got $1 million more since we started here. Massive chip lead over the others.
Reiner Kemp and Dennis Stevermurray on the short stacks as we go down to the felt. A quick fold by Panzika, and Reiner now looks down at a queen 9 of hearts. And he will pop it up to 215 total. Dennis from Minnesota goes out. Spinella also going away.
Paul out as well. Chino in the big blind as a defender, as we say. He doesn't like to give people his big blind. Here he's going to make the call with the king deuce offsuit.
And the flop is a 10-8 deuce 2 hearts. That is very good for Reiner.
Well, Chino's out front with 2 deuces, but Reiner has the flush draw and gut shot straight draw and 2 overcards, the mathematical favorite to win this pot.
He's bet 305, but Chino, getting stubborn here, makes this call with the deuces. All right, going to the turn. Let's see if a flush appears for Reiner.
Well, an ace comes off.
Check.
That no help to either player. Chino checks, and Reiner
whoa,
is moving all in here.
Gutsy move.
Show the bluff.
1.1.
Show it. Show it. You show, I'll show one hand. A different hand.
And I can ask at any time?
The pot has to be this big.
No, he has to be able to ask at any time if you want to.
Yeah, this is any hand between me and you.
He's putting stipulations on things now. With all those stipulations, Reiner just mucked his hand so Chino doesn't get to see it.
Those are reasonable. Yeah. He declines.
Yeah, it does limit the options a lot, though.
And we move on. Dennis this time picking up 10s.
All in?
Well, there you go. He's just moving in with him. That's exactly what Paul Volpe did when he had him. Just move in. They can't outplay you after the flop, that's for sure, if you move in. But, wow, Reiner now with a tough decision as to what to do. This is exactly what I consider the borderline hand, whether you call or not.
Yeah, ace-queen.
Can I get any cons?
Dennis Stevermer, 56 years old. He owns a metal processing plant. He's a recreational player, and right now he is shoved, and he may get called down by the German.
Well, Reiner in a tough spot. You just don't put a recreational player on any kind of bluff in this situation for all their chips at the final table. You're going to put him on a hand. And if you make a call and he shows you ace-king, you just feel like a complete idiot for putting your money in there.
Dennis has knocked out shooting stars Maria Ho and Pat Lyons in this. Made the final table. Will he win this hand? Yes, he does, Mike.
Well, Reiner lays it down. I think a good decision by him.
That is going to make you look really, really good on TV.
The businessman from St. Paul, Minnesota, taking it to these pros.
Poker is about making good decisions, okay? And that's what it is about business, too. Making good decisions makes for a successful business. I own Flame Metals Processing. We heat treat metal to make it harder. It's a metallurgical service. Poker, for me, is really just about fun. And if I can make money doing it, that's even better. There's enough luck in poker where a recreational player like myself still has a good chance against a pro. But there's enough skills where the pros certainly have an advantage. I'm going to try not to look foolish and do something stupid on national television. Hopefully Vince will be saying that I've got the weapons of mass destruction. That would be my goal.
That's a good goal. There you go, Vinny. You got a little plug there.
Yeah, I'll say that you had a pair of 10s, though, and you played them nicely.
See, your lines are so famous around the country you don't even know about it.
Well, it's nice to see a recreational player like Dennis doing so well here tonight.
Vince, he plans his vacations around poker tournaments.
Back to this hand. Sand has raised with Jack 8, and now Reiner Kemp with Ace 5.
All in.
Oh, he's going to shove. Dennis out, Sam out.
Nice all-in bet there by Reiner.
So Reiner Kemp getting aggressive, taking that one down. 6 players remain here on the World Poker Tour. We're coming back for more. Stay with us. Welcome back to the World Poker Tour. We are at the Bay 101 Shooting Star. For this event, 6 players remain.
Yeah, not much change, especially at the top. Chino Reem well out in front with about 11 million in chips. His nearest opponent has under 4 million, so Chino just in great shape to take down his 4th WPT title tonight. Let's see if we can do it.
Okay, we've got 3 folds in a row around to the businessman, Dennis Stevermer. He's got ace-queen.
Well, he's on the short stack here.
All in.
And he's going to ship it all.
What do you have over there, Paul?
1.9 something.
Spinella with a nothing hand. Goes away.
Little reshove, but cannot call.
Volpe with a little pair of deuces.
And lays him down. Now, if he got a chance to act first, he might have moved in and played that hand, but you just don't want to call a guy who's all in with 2 deuces, knowing the best you can be is in a race.
And Dennis Stevenberg taking that pot down. This is his first final table, his second WPT cash. And we move on. Dennis going out, and now Spinella picks up ace-king. He's getting the chips out. Yep, 225. Volpe goes out. Chino, very patient. Sam out.
So round to Reiner. Now Reiner has the king-deuce offsuit. We saw Chino defend with this hand earlier at this final table. Reiner going to do the same thing here.
And the flop is an ace-king 7. Oh my.
Well, 3 diamonds on the board. Neither player has one, but Anthony going to be liking his hand, aces and kings.
Reiner just with kings. And Anthony's going to get out the chips, it appears. Makes the bet of 280. Reiner with no diamond, just a king.
If Reiner had the deuce of diamonds instead of deuce of clubs, slight chance he'd make that call, but he just gives it up.
To Anthony Spinella. Lives in Vegas now, and he's a new dad. 5-month-old baby boy.
Yeah, it's his second WPT final table. Back in season 14, he came to the LAPC final table with the chip lead, Vince, and went out 6th place. He was very devastated by that performance. He's hoping to make up for that tonight.
Yeah, action goes to him. Ace-9 in first position. He's going to give that one up. Volpe also going out. Chino Ream now picks up a real hand, pair of kings.
225.
There you go, Chino. Tired of all that patient stuff. He finally gets a quality hand now. Reiner with ace-9.
Well, Vince, against any other player, he might just call or even throw this hand away, but against the wide range of raising hands that Chino shows down, this is the kind of hand that can well be playable.
All in.
And it certainly is for all his chips.
A call.
A snap call by Chino. Reiner Kemp, the German, in dire straits here. Could be eliminated in 6th place unless he gets very lucky.
Reiner just hoping against hope. His man on his right didn't have much. Of course, that's not the case. Chino wakes up with a big one here.
You know, even Chino catches a hand once in a while. He's got one here. Let's see if it holds. Oh, great flop for Chino. 7-6-3 all hearts, and Chino has the king of hearts.
Reiner, no heart, no pair. Needs luck. Not there. Pair of 3s on the board.
And the ace of clubs is the only card Reiner can catch to stay alive. A one-outer.
Chino Ream looking great. Going to the last card.
Well, an 8 comes off. As you can see, takes off his bounty badge. Going to give it to Chino Ream. Shake hands. Good sport. The likable German out tonight in 6th place, Vince, and many would not have predicted that. Well, Vince, that's the problem of being a bounty, as we well know. When you bust out, you got to stick around and sign a T-shirt. You just want to race to the bar.
That's right. We have our first victim, the first body thrown into the bay here at San Jose. That is Reiner. He'll pick up $188,000. Let's talk to our victim.
How much does it hurt to come so close to that TOC seat and your first World Poker Tour title?
I never really won a tournament with more than like 50 runners or something, so every time you get that far, it obviously hurts a little to be stopped in whatever way.
You were the last bounty standing, so there is some honor in that, so congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Our 5 players are still reaching for the $1.3 million first place prize and a WPT title. For Mike Sexton, Vince Van Patten, Tony Dunst, Matt Savage, and everyone at the World Poker Tour, I'm Lynn Gilmartin. See you next time on the WPT.
The World Poker Tour is sponsored by ClubWPT.com. Never lose a dime playing poker, guaranteed.
Tonight in San Jose, California, coverage of the Bay 101 Shooting Star continues. I'm Lynn Gilmartin, and this is the World Poker Tour. It's been an exciting final table thus far, and one of these talented players will become our next WPT champion. Here to share their insight on all the action are Mike Sexton and Vince Van Patten.
Well, Len, what a lineup we've got at this final table tonight. Just phenomenal poker players. I'm talking about guys that play a lot of pots. They don't sit around and wait for aces and kings. They're in action. Obviously, all eyes are on the chip leader, Chino Ream. This is his fourth final table appearance on the World Poker Tour. The other 3 times he's got here, he's won every time. Incredible, Vince. Can he take his fourth tonight?
Well, it is exciting. The crowd loves the guy. Sam Pansica hanging around going after his second WPT title of the season. And then, of course, we have the non-professional at the table, Dennis Stevermer from Minnesota. You know, he came to this tournament. He was on vacation with his wife. She's in the stands now. And they have an agreement. He said, I'm just going to play 1 poker tournament per month. He's picked the right one. He's in there for the big bucks.
Thanks, guys. We're clearly in for a good one tonight, so let's head back to the felt.
There you see the ClubWPT.com chip count. Chino Ream well in front, nearly a 10 million chip lead over the second place guy, Sam Pansica. Incredible.
Yeah, Mike, and the winner's going to get close to $1.4 million in cash and also pick up the beautiful Hublot watch. Get his name put on the Champions Cup. Well, here we go. 5-handed action, and look at this. Paul Volpe first to act. He's got a pair of aces.
Well, he had to look down twice, Vince, to make sure they were for real.
He's raised at 200. Right behind him, our chip leader, Chino Ream with ace-queen.
7-5. Sorry. Am I allowed to ask this right now? Like, who's got the most between you 4? Can I?
He does.
Am I allowed
he
to
does
ask?
like, what, 3.8?
I have 3-4. 3-4.
3-4.
Thank you very much. I make it 6.
Chino's going to go to 600,000. Couple folds behind him. Anthony Spinella also folding now, back on Volpe.
Caller. Yeah, good luck.
He is pushed all in.
Well, all in and called.
Sorry if you lose this one.
Not the hand Chino wants to see, obviously.
I waited for that. You did. You waited patiently. So listen, I'm very sorry if I do this. All good.
Paul Volpe in great shape to double up here. Right now, Paul is in 5th chip position, but he'll be virtually tied for 2nd chip position if the aces hold up, which obviously they're big favorite to do so.
Here's the flop. It's an ace-10-6.
The 10 was good, you know? We need paint.
Exactly, King-Jack, right?
Or Jack-King.
That's it.
But Chino needs 2 runners to stay alive. In terms of winning this pot, he doesn't do it as the deuce comes on the turn.
1.7.
Just like that, Paul Volpe doubling up.
If I call, whatever, it doesn't matter. It all plays the same. Yeah.
Well, Paul Volpe just doubled up with 2 aces, and you just dream about moving all in and getting called when you have 2 aces. They beat him, but you just can't do any better than that than getting your money in before the flop with them. Paul Volpe doing that, but certainly can't blame Chino Ream for calling there with all his chips and having an ace-queen against a very aggressive player that could have any hand and move all in.
Which one? Ace-queen.
Volpe from West Philly was one of 6 kids growing up, single mom. He's made his living at poker, become one of the big names of the game.
Fine for you.
Well,
As we move on, Dennis Stevermer, non-professional, he has ace-5 of spades. Makes it 225 to go. Couple folds behind him.
you started with what?
2.
2 million.
Chino Ream is slowing down the pace with a 3-deuce.
Slowing it down. Wasting time is a better word for it.
Okay, he goes out finally. Now, Sam Pansica with an 8-7 already has money in there, so he'll make the call. Here come the first 3. It's an ace-5.
How about this flop for Dennis? He's flopped the stone cold nuts, aces full of 5s.
Wow.
Well, he's going to check here, of course.
Smart play.
He's praying for his opponent to hit something or make a stab at this pot.
King on the turn.
See what Sam Pansica does. He's going to check. Now, if you're Dennis, you want to try to get some money. Maybe the guy hit a king. You know?
Just check again.
Maybe he'll check raise you to try to bluff you or something.
He chased him away.
So no action after a flop like that. A little depressing.
Dennis owns a metal processing plant in Minnesota. He's a family man. He's been playing recreationally for 5 years, Mike.
He schedules his vacations, Vince, around poker tournaments so we can play them.
Love it.
If he wins tonight, his wife will be telling him to take a few more vacations.
All right, the blinds have gone up to 61-20 with the 20,000 Andy, and look at this. Panzica with ace-king has moved it to 250 to go.
Well, I mean, action on Anthony.
Yeah, king 8 of hearts. He's made this call, and Volpe with a queen 6 with money in already. Makes the call as well.
So three-way action here. Sam out in front with the ace-king. But out in front, no more, as it comes queen, 3 deuce, 2 spades.
Yep, good for Volpe, but Volpe's going to check it, hoping to get a bet by Sam, but does not. They all check.
Oh, and a king comes off. So both Anthony and Sam hit the king. Sam out in front, obviously top pair, top kicker. But Volpe, hoping neither one of them hit it, is now going to bet his 2 queens, but...
He's going backwards.
Yep, too late, Paul. Well, there are 3 spades out there. So you don't want to fall into the trap of giving all your money away to a spade flush in case he had that. Sam just calling here with the 2 kings. And now what do you do if you're Anthony? Looks like he's going to call too, so we still have 3-way action.
One too many.
Yeah, to the discomfort for Paul Volpe.
Well, Anthony hoping they're drawing out a flush or a straight or bluffing.
River card, 9 of diamonds.
There's a possible straight out there now. Anthony checks his kings. Volpe checks his queens.
Very nitty check.
Ace king.
Oh, sorry. Sounds like you win. Huh? Sounds like you win.
Ace king.
Anthony turnover.
With a spade. Club.
You had a king too?
Not a queen.
Nice hand.
So Sam Panzica taking this one down.
You showed a queen?
There's his mom in the audience.
As we near the end of season 15 on the World Poker Tour, there are only a few opportunities left for players to earn coveted WPT UBLO Player of the Year points. Our own Mike Sexton has so far put the biggest dent in Benjamin Zamani's lead, thanks to making the final table at LAPC and his 22nd place finish this week at Bay 101. Mike now sits just 400 points behind Benjamin. But we'll also be on the lookout for Sam Panzica, who can jump Mike with a 3rd place finish or higher and be just 50 points shy of Benjamin with a win. This is sure proving to be a race to the finish, and I cannot wait to see who comes out on top. Now, play is set to resume here in San Jose, so let's get down to the felt.
At least I'm in the hunt, Benny.
Well, you've been impressive. 1 title already.
Yeah, it's been a good season, can't complain.
What are you credited to, Mike? Your phenomenal play.
Good luck, I can tell you that. I feel like I'm playing the same, but hands are holding up this year, and it's just been nice to see. Nice to be lucky once in a while, I can tell you. There's hope for everybody.
Let's go.
All right, we move on. It's just been called by Volpe.
I like playing flops. How come Volpe's the only one playing flops with me, boys?
And Chino just checks.
We are going to see the flop. It's a king, queen, 10.
Well, Volpe flops top pair and reaching for betting money. Chino with 2nd pair in a straight draw. Even though it's a sucker straight draw, going to make the call. Now Jack comes off.
Ooh.
Chino makes a straight, but as I said, the sucker straight, so...
Volpe's going to slow down and check. Chino going to check as well.
Now the board pairs queens. Well, again, Paul checks, and I think Chino try to get a little value bet in here right now. 300,000.
Can't beat a 9, can't beat a queen. Can't beat bad diamonds.
Good news for me.
Yeah, I got a king, obviously. Wow. Good news for you, huh?
Maybe.
So much, but so little. 300. Folding every rarity tonight.
You gotta call at some point.
I know. Well, maybe.
You could keep folding, obviously.
I know.
I don't mind.
Well, you said you've had it every time, so. You claimed. But
I have claimed.
I don't think you'd lie on TV.
You never know.
What can I do? Queen Jack 10. God, would you check back at Jack?
It's a curiosity call, Vince.
Good hand.
Paul makes the call. Chino takes the pot with the king eye straight to extend his chip lead.
You know, normally for me when I win a tournament, it's a little bit of a roller coaster. Players who've been playing with me long enough, they know if I go on tilt, all those chips are in play. In a very, not hard to get my chips away. You got me to fold. I was gonna call you. The extremes are so different when I'm playing very good or if I go on tilt. It might be the worst bet I could ever make in my life. I always have confidence in myself that if I'm still in, that I can win. I'm a big optimist. You know, you always gotta believe. You lucky? Rather be lucky than good. If it's meant to be for me to win number 4, it's gonna happen. If it's not, it wasn't meant to be.
Yeah, that's a great attitude, no doubt about it. But right now, I'm sure he's thinking it's meant to be for me to get that 4th WPT title more than anybody else in the history of the World Poker Tour, especially with this kind of chip lead.
13.2 in chips. Blinds are 61-20. Let's go to the felt. Sam quickly folds. Steve Vermeer, the businessman from Minnesota, also going out. Spinella.
He's got the Jack-3 of hearts. He's on the button. He's going to raise it to 250,000.
Yeah, Volpe out and Chino with ace-8. Says call. So Jack-3 of hearts versus ace-8, and the flop is a king-9 deuce, all hearts. Spinella has flopped a flush.
A miracle flop for Anthony, but Chino, with the ace of hearts, a key card, as we say, could get in serious trouble in this hand.
And it's a bet by Spinella of 250.
All in?
Wow.
And Chino going all in with the ace of hearts, quickly getting called by Anthony. So Chino is going to have to hit a heart to win this pot.
See what happens.
Yeah, but Chino says he's been running lucky lately.
You know what we need.
This is Daddy.
7 out, line away. 7 outs? Is that what it is?
Let's see the turn. Heart attack.
Give him some love.
And that, no heart there. 9 of clubs on the turn.
Nice. What's he got? 2...
6 hearts.
What?
All right. 5 of hearts. Let's see the river.
Going to the river. Can Chino make it happen? Not to be. A jack of spades hits on the river.
Nice hit. Anthony wants to fade it.
So the first hit for Chino Ream at this final table. He still has a nice chip lead. No reason to spew off chips at this point.
I'm trying to get this shit over with.
It's all good.
Well, of course it's all good, but I'm trying to get it all over with. That looks like a lot.
It's a healthy amount. We were working it up.
3, 6.
You did good.
Then you catapulted us. Thanks.
Catapulted you right in the game.
Big turning point right now.
Game on, boys.
Game on.
Welcome back to the Bay 101 Shooting Star in San Jose, California, here on the World Poker Tour.
Well, Chino Ream still out in front, but only has 9.2 million. Anthony Spinella with 8 million now in second chip position.
How much do you have now?
I don't know. It's gonna take me a while to count all these.
We're gonna have to figure it out.
Yeah, you can do the math.
Well, 3.6, but there's more.
You can do the math.
Right. You got 8 million?
There was 560, 660 in pre-flop, and then 3.6 from each of us on the flop, so there's 8 million now.
And Spinella.
He's giving Chino a little math lesson there.
And now Volpe with a king 7 of clubs.
Yeah, he's going to raise it on the button. Makes it 250,000 to go. Chino is going to make the call with just a queen deuce here in the small blind.
Are you steamed up? A little bit. A little bit. I was waiting for you to ask me because you already knew the answer to that. If I said no, I'd be lying. Check.
And the flop is a jack 7-5. They both check here.
Check.
King on the turn. That gives Volpe kings.
And 7s. Top and bottom pair. Obviously going to bet here. There are 3 hearts on the board.
Volpe bets 375. Chino
Yeah,
goes
that was
out.
A very steam call.
Well, a steam call. I like that phrase.
I didn't. That was a straight steam call. You got a free steam call.
You double two guys up, you do want to get your chips back right away. That's why Chino made the call, but didn't lose any more money with it. Back to the action.
Yeah, Spinella this time with ace deuce in first position. He's got close to 8 million, and he will raise it to 250. Volpe out. And Chino with the quality king, queen of diamonds.
Now we're going, I'm gonna wait. I want to know, please.
I told you, 8 million.
All right.
3.6 times
All right,
2 plus 660.
Thank you, Anthony.
7.85000, if you would like the exact number.
Thank you.
I'm trying to count myself, but I already counted it for you, so to be asked again is like a little impeding.
Take your time, my man.
Cool, what's that?
600.
600. Good wager.
Thank you.
And Spinella a little annoyed by being asked so much.
Don't get mad at me if I ask twice.
How many chips he has.
You can definitely ask twice. It's just if I just told you, and I'm still trying to figure it out myself, like, you know, trust me that I gave you the right answer.
Show a little faith. Eh?
Just have a little faith.
Just have a little trust in a friend, you know? Was that a steam raise?
No, that was, we had it.
Certainly, Chino has a right to know how many chips the guy's got. Now, there's a couple WPT champions. James Calderero, Michael the Grinder Mizrachi. Rooting Chino on here at this final table.
You're good. Okay.
All right, blinds are going up to 75, 150. Chino Ream with about 9.6 in chips. And Spinella in second chip position with 7.5 at this moment. He quickly folds. Volpe now also folding.
What are we playing?
And Chino with the button and a king 9 perks up, makes it 325 to go.
It never stops. You guys are sick.
Well, Dennis with the ace-8 of diamonds.
All-in.
Yep.
Wow, a nice all-in bet by him.
I think I have to call you with a bad hand.
1.4?
Yeah. 1.4. Wait. 1,400,000. What are we playing? 10 bigs? All right, I call. Good luck.
Wow.
Hope I'm live. All right.
Now, this is a gambling call, in my opinion, Vince. Another 1.1 million here with King 9 offsuit, when it's almost for sure you're going to be behind. If a guy had 2 8s where you'd be racing, that's the best you can hope for in this spot, but otherwise, you're at least a 3-2 dog like he is.
Well, the flop is a 9-7-6.
I'm a dog no more. Chino takes the lead with top pair. Dennis with the opening straight draw, of course.
You can turn me dead to a chop.
Dennis Stevermer, a big tournament for him, and now he needs luck. 4 hearts on the turn.
Don't want to see 2 crosses. I will take 3 sides.
Yeah, must catch a 5, a 10 to make a straight, or an ace for the best hand. Only those 3 cards will do for Dennis.
It's going to be an ace.
Let's see the river.
And the river's a queen of hearts.
Queen. So just like that, the non-pro at the table gets outdrawn to get knocked out of this tournament, Vince.
Back to the house.
Well, Dennis, welcome to Tournament Poker. Get your money with the best hand and get outdrawn by some pro. Knocked him out in 5th place, but what a week Dennis had, Vince. Played great all week to make it to this final table. Just a great show for a non-professional player to get this far in this event.
Yeah, Dennis is out. Back to Minnesota to shovel some snow. Let's go talk to Dennis. He'll take home $243,000.
Dennis, you say you only play 1 tournament a month.
Yes.
How do you think you performed this week?
This has been a pretty good month. I'm really happy with playing the Bay 101. It's my first time playing this tournament. Obviously, I wish it could have gone a little bit better, losing that last hand, but very happy with how it turned out and just very happy with this whole tournament.
You're not a professional poker player. You ready to go back to work?
I'm definitely ready to go back to work.
All right. Thanks a lot.
The journey has ended for Dennis Stevermer, who is out in 5th place. Playing amongst the stars can be tough, and if you're not careful, you might get burned. Tony Dunst has tonight's Raw Deal next.
Vince, people ask all the time, can you really win on Club WPT?
Well, Mike, with $100,000 worth of cash and prizes available every month, the answer is yes.
Find out for yourself. Sign up at clubwpt.com.
There are some exceptional players remaining here at Bay 101, but Tony Dunst is about to take exception with one of them in the Raw Deal.
Say what you will about Chino Ream, but a final table with him will never be boring.
Buckle up, boys. It's gonna be a little ride. Have some fun, though.
Whether you tuned in for table talk or fast action, Chino's got you covered. But does being the most entertaining man at the table help his chances of winning? Let's break it down. We start with Anthony Spinella raising Jack-3 suited into Chino's big blind and doing his best to contain his excitement when he flops a flush. Even better for Anthony,
all in.
Chino check shoves on him with the ace-high flush draw without knowing how much he's putting at risk. Anthony started the hand with nearly $4 million, or as Chino puts it,
what's he got? Like 2, whatever.
Shoving into someone without knowing their stack size is pretty laughable. But I guess when you have somewhere really important to be,
I'm trying to get the over with.
It becomes more understandable. It's only after the hand that Chino becomes curious about Anthony's stack.
How much do you have now?
You can do the math.
Meanwhile, he's calling raises out of the small blind with queen deuce and admitting to Paul Volpe that he's steaming.
He's steamed up a little bit.
Sounds like a good plan to me. One hand later, and he's still asking about Anthony's stack size, which elicits a curt reply from one of the nicest guys in poker.
I want to know.
I told you, 8 million.
Meanwhile, Paul Volpe is loving the show and getting free information.
Show a little faith.
Just have a little faith.
Was that a steam raise?
No, that was we had it.
While I'm over here wondering if this is really a final table where they're playing for $1.3 million. Which brings us back to the original question. Are Chino's antics helping him win? Hell no! He's playing ridiculous and thinking out loud. But will any of you turn off the TV? I doubt it.
Well, Tony says he's playing bad, but all I know is this. He's been at 3 WPT final tables before. He's taken the title all 3 times. That's batting 1,000 in my book. And he's still got a good shot to win here tonight.
That is Chino poker. We're seeing it here tonight, but right now, in this hand, Anthony Spinella has picked up a pair of aces. And he'll raise to 300,000. Volpe out. Chino with a 6-7.
Chino, don't do it.
7?
Don't do it.
Wow, he's done it. He's going to raise with 6-7. Sam goes away.
What'd you start with?
11?
It's just like he's got a vendetta with Spinella here that he doubled him up there a minute ago. Trying to get his chips back or bully him around, but he don't bully bullets around, I can tell you that. Anthony knows the way he's playing. He's calling any re-raises, so you might as well get in a nice one here.
Total of 1,950.
Yeah, it's another 1.25 million to Chino.
And they're gonna call it, so here we go.
Now Jack 5 deuce. That's a beautiful flop if you have 2 aces.
Chino checks with nothing. And Spinella with the goods. And he's gonna stick out a bet of 775.
Well, Vance, we've heard of guys pressing at the poker table. Chino doing that right here. Trying to outdraw his opponents to win pots, and that is a surefire way of destroying your chips at a poker table.
He's going to finally fold, but that is disappointing for Chino.
And Vance, with that pot, we have a new chip leader for the first time at this final table. Anthony Spinella is now the man.
Most of the players at the table are all pretty high caliber players with the pay jumps and stuff. You know, everyone's just gonna play well. They're gonna play tight. So I might play a little looser than I have been and try and capitalize on their adjusting. But yeah, it's gonna get gritty.
All right, Anthony Spinella, as you can see out in front now, 9.8 million. Chino Ream now in second chip position, 9.2. This was after having about an 11 million chip lead over the field.
Big blind.
So Chino Ream running into a little adversity. Let's see if he can recover. Chino's going to raise this with the king-9 in the button. Makes it 325 to go. Sam out. And Spinella has an enticing ace-deuce of diamonds.
I know he's going to get played with if he re-raises, so he might as well just call and see a flop. That's what he's doing.
What are you playing now, Chin?
9?
Damn, where'd you get all those chips from?
Now flop king, deuce, 5. Good flop there for Chino. He's got top pair. Anthony's got bottom pair. He's going to make a continuation bet here. Now, I don't see Anthony going anywhere here with the backdoor flush draw on a pair.
Yeah, picked up a piece. It's worth the investment. We'll make the call. Going to the turn. Can Spinella get lucky? Well, he does get lucky. And now he has a 4 flush with the 7 of diamonds.
Well, he checks. I think Chino's going to keep betting the kings. Can't blame him for that. 600,000 this time. And with the flush draw, now you know for sure Anthony's going nowhere.
Yeah, he's going to call it. Big pot now. Down to the river we go.
Oh, an ace comes off.
Oh, boy.
Anthony Spinella now with aces up. The best hand in checks. And I think this is an easy check here on the river for Chino, because if you bet, what can a guy call you with that he can't beat your hand? Oh my gosh.
Chino bets 1.5 million.
1.5 million, a snap call. And Chino turns his hand up like he thinks it's the best hand, but I really see no purpose of that bet on the river by Chino. That is just spewing chips.
With diamonds, come on.
Nice hand.
Yeah, good run out for me. I'm not doing that.
We're coming back for more. Stay with us on the World Poker Tour.
Stop playing nonsense on those other social poker sites and start putting your skills to the test at playwpt.com. The chips don't come easy, so your opponent will think twice before going all in with a 7 deuce.
Play WPT Poker,
where skill matters. Tonight's episode is sponsored by Hublot, the official watch of the World Poker Tour, and by Dr. Pepper, the official soft drink of the World Poker Tour. This is just such a great event, this Bay 101 Shooting Star Tournament. You talk to all the players, they love coming here.
It's the best WPT of the year, in my opinion.
Shooting Star Tournament's one of the most fun tournaments on the entire tour.
I love the tournament. It's like maybe my favorite stop all year. It's
one of my favorite tournaments. I think one of everyone's favorite tournaments on the tour.
Bay 101 is one of the most fun places. All the fans here go crazy.
Everyone's here signing autographs. It makes me feel cool.
I love it here. I will never miss it. I really won't.
Well, as you can see, the consensus among players is that the Bay 101 is one of the leading stops on the tour. No doubt about it. Certainly, Vince, they have the best poker fans on the tour.
And the best players in the world all congregate here. And we are down to 4 players right now. Let's go to the felt. Action on Chino Ream.
325.
With a queen 8, makes it 325 to go. Into Sam Panzica, who has a little pair of 3s.
All in.
Wow, he's going to shove it all in.
So sick. We were going to have a fun one, Gene.
Spinella with Queen Jack of Diamonds goes away. Back on Chino, and he cannot compete. He goes out.
Yeah, I need that small blind. Me too, man.
Sam going for his second WPT title this season. Tonight, very few guys in the history of the WPT have done that.
That's because it's tough. Gus Hansen was the first in Season 1, followed by Howard Lederer. Then in Season 2, Eric Lindgren took down 2. Daniel Negreanu got his 2 titles in Season 3, and so did Tuan Lee. In Season 13, Darren Elias was the first to go back-to-back in the same season, and then Anthony Zeno did the same. Remarkable.
We got poker history all over the place tonight, Vince.
Yeah, we're down to 4 players. Anthony Spinella, the chip leader with 12.6. He's got an ace-9. And he'll make it 300,000 and go into Volpe with an ace-8. He escapes. Chino also going out. Panzica with just a 10-7.
Gonna make the call.
2.1 behind. Thank you.
We are flopping. It's a Jack-7 deuce, so Sam getting mid-pair there.
He checks. See if Anthony makes a continuation bet, which he does, 300,000. Sam looks back at his hand and
all in.
He announces all in here.
What pressure back on Spinella. Bold move.
Can't stand the heat here. It was a good bet by Sam because he knows his opponent's got to have virtually jacks or better to make the call. Might not even make it with 2 8s or 2 9s there for the all-in bet. So well done by Sam there.
325.
Now Chino Ream has picked up a pair of kings, makes it 325 to go with a big hand. Spinella out. Volpe now with an attractive queen, jack of spades.
Yeah, he certainly wants to look at a flop.
He'll make this call, and the flop is a 7-4-8, 2 spades, Mike.
Oh, boy, we could see some fireworks here. Paul with the flush draw, Chino with the big pair.
Chino with the bet of 375.
Well, Paul's going nowhere. It's just a matter if he calls or raises. If he raises, might have to be for all of it.
All in.
That's what he's going to do. Call. And a quick call, of course. It turned the cards up. Paul Volpe, third time at a final table on the World Poker Tour, has an opportunity to either double up or go out in fourth place.
Well, as you can see, Chino a 2-to-1 favorite to win this pot and eliminate Paul Volpe from this tournament. Everybody on their feet, deuce of clubs. We are down to the river. Paul Volpe must catch a spade on the river. Nothing else will do. Otherwise, he'll be our fourth place finisher.
Last card's at 8 of clubs.
That's going to do it for Paul Volpe, the tough pro, out tonight in fourth place. Vince, you can't blame him for going all in there. He just didn't hit a hand when he had to hit one.
Paul Volpe, the body goes into the bay. He picks up $349,000. Matt Savage over to talk to him.
You're obviously one of the greatest players. How hard is it to come so close so many times and not win the championship?
It's tough. I really want to win a WPT, but I'll sleep fine, you know. I'll be back to play more, but, you know, I really want to win one, so I'm going to keep trying.
Another great run.
Thank you.
Paul.
All right.
With Paul Volpe out in fourth place, we are down to 3 players vying for the season 15 Bay 101 Shooting Star title. Who will blast off next? Stick around.
Welcome back to the World Poker Tour and the Bay 101 Shooting Star. 3 players remain, Mike.
Well, Anthony Spinella out in front right now, 10.9 million. Chino Ream with about 9.8 million. Sam Panzica, as you can say, in third place with 3.3 million. And Vince Chino's been up and down here in chip count this final table. He's busted all 3 players that are missing from this final table. He's got 2 more to go, though, to take this title.
Yep, action on Spinella. He's got 7-5 of spades, makes it 300,000 to go.
7.
And Chino is going to repop with a king-queen. Makes it a total of 700,000. Sam out.
Those plaques you see, 100,000 each. And Anthony does make the call.
Yeah, king-queen versus 7-5. And the flop is an 8-3 deuce, all hearts.
Yeah, that's no help to either player.
425.
But Chino making the continuation bet at 425.
Effective bluff, Chin.
He's going to take down the pot. So the power of pressure, doing well for Chino there.
Yep, Spinella said nice bluff. Sometimes you know it, but you can't call it.
Well, with that pot, Chino Ream has reassumed the chip lead.
325.
And he's relentless right now. 325.
With queen 9, and now Spinella with queen 7. Seems interested. And yes, he will make the call, so.
You wonder if he's steaming calling a little bit here now.
Flop is a 6-4 deuce, but all clubs.
Now, Anthony does have the queen of clubs. Chino has the best hand with queen 9.
275.
He's going to make a continuation bet here. 275,000. Well, Anthony with the queen 9 flush draw. He put out more than half the bet. Vince, he has to raise here.
What's that?
No, he brought out
Yeah. Yeah.
brought a stack of 500K out there.
Yeah. So 500?
Yeah.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be 650?
No, it's 275, 550.
Oh, 550? Yeah,
Yep.
550. So that's a raise, correct?
Yeah.
You're going to make him make at least a min raise to 550.
Chino wants the max out of it because he knows that Spinella made a mistake here.
And he's going to call here, Vince. Now, he would never call a raise in this spot unless he knew Anthony didn't want to raise on the flop, and that's the case.
Love that information. A king on the turn. Doesn't help either player.
Now, Anthony is going to check, and you're going to see Chino start betting here.
With Chino with no club, No pair,
But
just
Vince,
queen high. He sees.
He had the obvious tell.
Yeah.
He knew Anthony did not want to raise a minute ago, so you know he doesn't have a flush.
He's going to put the pressure on a 675 bet.
That's not how you win tournaments.
This is proof once again how you have to stay so aware of all the little things, the nuance at the poker table. You get information that if you're not really watching, you won't pick up on. You're watching Chino Ream, a pro at this, do this to perfection.
Well, Anthony raising it with a 3 deuce here. Sam going to call out of the big blind with 7-6.
All right, 2 horrible hands, and the flop is a 10-10-7.
Well, Sam takes the lead here with the 2 sevens. He had the lead with 7 high, but now he's got to feel a lot better about it. He checks. Here comes Anthony.
Yeah, Uncle Tilty's going to bet 225. And Sam.
And he's going to make the call for sure with 10s and 7s, and that should shut Anthony down unless you put him on a straight draw. Now a king comes off. Well, Sam checks. Anthony does know the only way he can win is to bet at the pot, but he opts to check.
Yeah, he's had enough.
Now the board pairs kings. So both players playing the board.
Sam realizes how bad his hand just got, but he says, might as well bet it. 450.
Well, Anthony's got the same hand.
Oh, man. Oh.
I've speeded enough this tournament. I've speeded enough this tournament.
And we're watching Spinella go into a little tailspin here.
You got like some king 8 suited. I don't need to get too ambitious.
A beautiful bet right there by Sam Panzica.
Yep. If in doubt, bet.
Otherwise, you'd have checked, and Anthony would have bluffed at it and won the pot.
Now Chino with a jack 10 of diamonds.
425.
Blinds are up to 1 and 200 at this point. Chino makes it 425. Sam Panzica folds at ace deuce of diamonds. Surprising.
Well, Anthony with just a jack 4 offsuit. Wow. He's starting to make some of these steam calls here, Vince, looks like to me.
Is that 3? Not 4.
And you're going to play a jack 4 offsuit out of position here against the chip leader. I know it's Chino, but still. That's a good flop for Anthony. He's got an open in straight draw. He's going to check. Chino checks right behind him. And now a 10 comes off. Really a good card for Chino. Gives him top pair here. And Anthony said, maybe I can get him off this hand, but there's 0 chance you're going to get him off 2 10s here. Chino does make the call, so we're going to the river. And the 7 of clubs comes off, so it is a possible flush out there.
Anthony has nothing.
Well, he knows the only way he can win it is to bet at it, Vince, but I don't see it working here.
Well, the only way to lose more would be to bet at it, because that's what's going to happen. Chino with top pair.
I guess you're not bluffing.
He may stall a while, but Chino's going to look him up. There it is. He is going to make the call and win the pot. So Chino Ream extending his chip lead.
Nice, Sam.
Thank you.
It's Anthony Spinella now sort of spinning downward like a top going out of control, Vince. It was Chino Ream doing it earlier. Now it's Anthony. It seems like Sam Panzica, the only sane one at the table here.
Well, maybe you are.
The tilt is in effect at the Bay 101. 3 players competing for this title. We're coming back for more. Stay with us on the World Poker Tour.
Hey guys, we're here on the rail at the Bay 101 Casino.
Yes, and we're not just watching, we're also playing on Play WPT.
All right, I'm gonna take my lucky spin.
Me too. Ooh, I got 300.
I won 500. Let me show you my avatar. Isn't she cute?
Here's mine. I'm dashing, aren't I? He looks just like me.
And if I click poker, they've got ring games, they've got sit and goes, they've got tournaments.
Or you could just go quick play. Boom, you're at a table.
I take these emojis. You can express yourself while you play.
Oh God, I give up. I give up. I can't do it.
I'm gonna call. I won! That was so much fun. I chipped up. How'd you do?
I busted. No leaderboard for me, sad emoji.
Well, hey, if you have another lucky spin, maybe you'll get more gold and eventually be as good as me. Laughing emoji.
Yeah, Caitlin and Brendan already know what more and more people are finding out. Play WPT is the way to play. Get started on playwpt.com on your computer or download the app today.
I love it, Vince. You can actually wave a white flag there. All right, back here. Nobody waving the white flag between these three. Chino Reem out in front, 11.3 million. Anthony Spinella, 7.8. But don't count Sam Panzica out. He's watching these guys play, and I know he's saying, just let me catch a hand or two, or I can catch up with these guys in chip count, and we'll see what happens.
Yes, as we go back down to the felt, the blinds are 1 and 200.
500?
Grace, 500,000.
Chino betting 500,000 here. And unfortunately for him, Sam has got 2 8s.
All in.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, he's going all in over the top. Chino quickly going out.
And there's Sam's mom in the audience.
How good was it?
It was a pair.
I needed to be threes.
It was not threes.
Yeah, Amelia, who flew in here to watch her son play this final table. And honestly, Vince, I haven't seen Sam make a mistake at this final table. He hadn't had any chips, but every time he does make a play, it seems like it's the right one.
All right, we move on, and Chino gonna hit it to 425 with just a 4-3. Sam goes out, and Spinella with a little pair of deuces. He's content to call and see the flop, so 4-3 versus deuces.
Yep, don't blame him for that.
And the flop is a deuce, ace, 9, but all clubs.
Yep.
3 of a kind for Spinella.
Well, Chino does have the wheel draw, and he's going to make the continuation bet here, 400,000. Now, because there's 3 clubs, you might raise with 3 deuces here. But you know how aggressive Chino is. Maybe a call is a better play. That's what Anthony is doing, just hoping the club doesn't come off, or he can check and get another big bet out of Chino, perhaps. But now a 4 comes off. That does give Chino a pair of 4s, but Anthony is checked. Chino quickly checks right behind him, and now the 4th club comes off.
Oh, boy.
Well, neither player happy to see that one. 4 clubs on the board. Action on Anthony. He's got 3 deuces, but can't be happy to see that 4th club. Oh, and look at this, Vince. What we call a blocking bet, 425,000. It's a very small bet into a big pot. It's obvious he just doesn't want to put more money in. To me, it's a sign he does not have a flush. Will Chino pick up on it and come over the top of him? Well, Chino calls him with 2 4s. I don't understand that.
4 flush, and he calls him with 2 4s.
I can see you raising. I can see you folding. I don't know how 2 4s could possibly be the best hand there.
Still need another 425. This thing is up for grabs at the Bay 101. Shifty, sneaky, interesting play happening by all the players. What an event we have, Lynn.
That's the end of our coverage tonight from San Jose. Tune in next time when we crown the winner of the Bay 101 Shooting Star. For Mike Sexton, Vince Van Patten, Tony Dunst, Matt Savage, and everyone at the World Poker Tour, I'm Lynn Gilmartin. See you next time on the WPT.
The World Poker Tour is sponsored by ClubWPT.com. Never lose a dime playing poker, guaranteed.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Lynn Gilmartin, and this is the WPT. For years, the Bay 101 Shooting Star has been a fan favourite. And tonight, one player from the record-setting field of over 800 entries will walk away with $1.3 million, the title, and so much more. Standing by to help us keep up with all the action are Mike Sexton and Vince Van Patten. Guys, there is a lot at stake here. What should we be looking for?
Well, Lynn, this tournament's come down to 3 tough pros fighting it out for this title and over $1.3 million that goes to the champion. Right now, we have a virtual chip lead tie between Chino Ream and Anthony Spinella. The big question is, can Chino go on and win his 4th WPT title tonight? If he does, it'll set the all-time record for wins in the history of the World Poker Tour. But Vince, he's got his work cut out for him right now.
Well, Chino, a great player, but Sam Panzica has already taken down 1 title this season on the World Poker Tour, going after his 2nd. The dream, very much alive. Let's go to the felt.
Well, there you see the ClubWPT.com chip count. Anthony Spinella out in front with 9.5 million. Chino Ream not far behind with 9 million. Sam Panzica with 5.7 million. Anybody's bowl game.
Yeah, the winner's going to take home close to 1.4 million. Also get that beautiful Hublot watch to wear for the rest of their life. The antes are 25,000. Blinds are 1 and 200,000. Let's do this. Action on Anthony Spinella. And he picks up a huge hand. Ace, king of clubs. Big slick.
Beautiful hand. Let's see how much he's going to raise it to.
He makes it 400,000 to go. Chino Ream going out.
Sam Panzica going to make a call here with the king 9 of diamonds. Better hope a king doesn't come up. Let's come 10-5-5. Sam checks. Anthony going to make a continuation bet, as most everybody would with that board texture.
Yeah, 275. Sam was his king high. Is going to make this call.
Well, he's got backdoor diamonds and a backdoor straight, but
here we go with the turn. Oh, he's hit a 9 though.
Well, he's hit a 9 to make 2 pair in the best hand. He's going to check, but Anthony has the nut flush draw here and checks.
Deuce of diamonds on the river.
And now here comes Sam. 475,000 now. Because of that board texture with no straight or flush draw on the flop, I think if you're in Anthony's seat, you got to give him some kind of pair or 3 5s here, in which case your ace king can beat nothing.
Sam Panzica, 24 years old, started playing poker in high school. Beautifully done. He's going to take down this pot.
Well, there you see his mom Amelia sitting at the Dr. Pepper bar. She flew in as a surprise, and so far she's been very good luck for him.
425.
She sure has. And now onto this hand. Chino with big slick this time. Ace king of diamonds makes it 425 to go. Sam looking down at 9-4 goes away, and Spinella.
And some big hands in this 3-handed poker game.
Yeah, he's got a pretty solid ace 9.
Well, doesn't re-raise, just makes the call with it.
And the flop is a king queen 4. Great for Chino.
Beautiful flop for Chino there. Anthony checks. Chino gonna bet.
300,000.
Well, Anthony gonna call him with ace high.
What's Anthony drinking there? Turn card 5 of diamonds.
Well, he knows Chino could raise with a 10-8, 10-9, anything possible. And this time he had a real hand, ace king of diamonds.
Not my money.
And he's gonna bet $1 million. I just can't see Anthony lighting up any more money on fire here.
Yeah, it's one thing to float on the flop, but now $1 million comes out there.
He'll be floating to the bottom of the river. He puts much more money in this pot.
He talked me out of it.
Chino Ream has once again taken the chip lead, Vince.
Everyone thinks I'm crazy.
These guys know Chino will bet on air time and time again.
Any given moment, I could just 3-barrel bluff all my chips, or like, you know, I got it.
Nice call, sir. Nice hand.
When you play crazy and you go through like little poker emotional roller coasters, you're definitely not gonna be sitting there bored. I promise you that. I can't say it's gonna be fun. You're gonna have some lows, but when you win, it's definitely fun.
Against Chino Ream going for his 4th WPT title tonight. Can you name the other 4 guys that have won 3 WPT titles along with Chino?
Well, I think you got to go back to Gus Hansen would be one.
Good.
Zeno, just recently. Anthony Zeno.
Anthony Zeno, good.
Darren Elias.
Darren Elias, good.
Carlos Mortensen.
And Carlos Mortensen. You got it, Vince.
Yeah.
Good job.
I've been watching, Mike. I've been watching.
Very good, Vinny. Very good. Proud of you.
All right, we look to Sam Panzica's hand. It's an attractive king-queen.
Nice hand in a 3-handed poker game.
He's raised to 400,000.
Well, Anthony going to make a call out of the small blind, and Chino is going to make it a three-way party. I mean, there was $1 million in there. It cost him $200,000 more to call. That's why he called with a 6 deuce, in case you're wondering.
Flop comes up queen 9-4, so two guys with queens. Sam out in front with a kicker of a king.
And they've checked it around to him. And he's going to bet $675,000. But Anthony with top pair, I don't see him going anywhere. And he does make the call. Chino going out. Well, 7 of diamonds comes off. Anthony checks. And Sam will not check this because he may suspect Anthony has some kind of straight draw or flush draw or smaller pair. You're just not going to give him a free card to beat you.
Well, he's bet $1,150,000.
Should have just folded flop.
Whoa.
Anthony will let it go.
He's got to lay down queens. That's a nice lay down.
Then there's Sam's mom, Amelia, clapping for him. Can he go on and continue? He's moved into second chip position now, Vince, after being in last place. What seems like an eternity at this final table in terms of chip count. Anthony Spinella has fallen to third place.
You just made a lot of money.
I know, man. Life's good again.
Action going to Spinella. This is Anthony Spinella's second final table. He finished at 6th place at the LA Poker Classic back in season 14.
Look at Chino re-raising with an 8-5 here. Sam gets out of the way. Makes it $1 million to go, 600,000 more to Anthony. Now, Anthony gets a little stubborn here sometimes. He calls, but then when he misses the flop, he just gives the pot up. Too many times for this play to be profitable for him, I would think. Well, flop king, king, queen. About as far away from both of these guys' cards as you can get. But there's a quick snap bet by Chino. The continuation bet for a little Millie. And Anthony does give it up. So Chino Ream on the move right now and moving in the right direction toward that 4th WPT title.
Yeah, you can say what you want about Chino Ream. He's playing crazy, he's tilting off, but he also wins with nothing hands a lot of the time, and that's impressive.
Well, Vance, I would say Gus Hansen, Michael the Grinder Mizrachi, Chino Ream, Phil Ivey, those 4 guys, if any of them are at the final table, you never turn the dial.
All right, we got a raise by Anthony Spinella. Jack 7 has been called by Sam with King 4, and the flop is a King Queen 4.
That goes check, check. Now queens come off to pair the board. Well, Sam checks. Anthony now is going to start betting the jack high.
He's betting $350.
There's no way Sam is going to put him on a king or a queen, or he would have bet the flop. He does make the call for $350,000. We're going to the river. Now the 8 of spade comes off, putting the backdoor flush possibility out there. Sam is going to check. Will Anthony fire again? Well, he's getting out betting chips, and a lot of them.
$1,250,000.
And Sam, as you can see, takes a deep breath, sits back in his chair. I think he's much more worried about the backdoor flush than he is about his opponent having a king or a queen in his hand. And he's going to give it up. So it turns out to be a great river bet by Anthony.
Oh, that's a rough turn card.
To steal that pot and take it down.
You have it?
Sorry, John.
There's plenty more poker action to come. Plus, we have a sneak peek of a huge project here at Bay 101. And Tony Dunst is lying in wait, ready for tonight's raw deal. Stick around.
I'm playing on ClubWPT.com.
Yes, and I'm playing on ClubWPT.com.
Oh, I'm not playing on ClubWPT.com. I'm crushing it. ClubWPT.com, never lose a dime playing poker, guaranteed. Welcome back to the Bay 101 Shooting Star, where Tony Dunst has his phaser on blast with the raw deal.
Usually, I spend the raw deal highlighting a sharp move from one player, or a mistake made by another. But a hand we just watched was well played by both participants and demonstrates how thinking players are able to hand read with a limited amount of information. But if one of the players laid down the best hand, then why do I think they both played it well? Let's break it down. The hand opens with Anthony Spinella raising the button and Sam Panzica defending the big blind. It's an ideal flop for Sam, but unfortunately for him, Spinella has nothing and decides to check behind. The turn is where things get interesting. The Queen of Spades pairs the board and adds a flush draw, but also counterfeits the strength of Sam's two pair. Sam checks again, and now Anthony decides to bet as a bluff. I like this play from Anthony because his line plausibly represents a queen, king, or strong draw, plus his hand has little chance of winning at showdown. Naturally, Sam calls the small bet with his king, leading to an 8 of spades river that completes the backdoor flush draw. He checks for a third time, and Anthony cuts out a large bet that's around 75% of the pot. I really like Anthony's sizing here, since he'll need to go big in order to fold out weak kings and pairs under the queen. Plus, it's believable that he'd go big with his value hands, like trips and flushes, since he can be called by worse. Meanwhile, Sam makes a disciplined fold that I also like, because Anthony's line is congruent with a queen or flush, and he has to be completely bluffing for Sam's hand to be good here.
Wow, that's a rough turn card.
You have it?
So while I know we typically spend the raw deal defining a winner and loser of the hand, I like to think that this time, they both won. But more specifically, yeah, Anthony won.
Well, he did win the pot with a bold bet, no question about it, but he's still sitting in third chip position. Chino Ream out in front, 10.8 million. Sam Panzica, 7.1. Anthony was 6.2.
Yeah, a lot of advanced play here. Everyone out of their comfort zone here tonight. Winner's going to take home close to 1.4, and right now Sam Panzica with a 9-8 of clubs. Suited connector, going to raise to 400.
Anthony going out. Chino with the 2 walking sticks. See how he's going to play him. Well, there's how he's going to play him boldly. 1.2 million to bet. And a quick call by Sam Panzica.
How much you have left? 6.
He wants to see a flop with these suited connectors, even though it cost him 800,000 more to do so. And flop is queen 3-3, a great flop there for Chino. He's going to make a continuation bet here and just hold his breath. He doesn't get raised. That didn't happen. Chino taking it down.
I had it there. Not a fun flop.
It was a good flop for me. You gotta pull triggers, you know?
Chino, give me some wise words of wisdom.
Pair of sevens. That's what I had.
You had 7s?
I had 7s.
Telling the truth this time.
You had a pair too? Or? Huh? Ace Jack?
9-8 suited.
9-8 suited, yeah.
Well, Vince, I've seen this a lot at this final table. These guys telling each other what they have after the hand's over. Seems mysterious to me when you're playing for 1.3 million.
Here we go. It's going to be on Spinella. With the button, he's got a big ace jack.
Well, certainly going to raise with this hand on the button.
And now Chino with a little pair of 4s.
How much did you start with?
6.
And you?
5.3.
I'm all in.
And all in.
Well, he's setting them all in. He's not really going all in himself, but, you know, that should be obvious. Who goes from 400,000 to 12 million? I mean, you would never do that with a premium hand, aces, kings, or queens. These guys know that. Anthony knows it. If I was sitting in Anthony's seat, it's obvious to me he's got 2 4s, 2 5s, or a baby ace suited.
Yeah.
Now, the question is, do you want to raise for your money?
You know, I feel like we're probably flipping. Good wager.
Well, he said he doesn't feel like flipping, so he did think that he had a small pair. That was exactly right, but just didn't want to gamble his money on the flip.
Best hand I fold. Suited I call. Suited I call. No.
You didn't fold a pair?
No, you had one?
I had the best hand for sure.
Yeah? Ace king? Ace queen? I guess you figure I call ace queen?
I think you had maybe ace 8.
You insulting me?
Ace jack.
Yes.
Ace jack.
I normally snap that off.
Younger you would have been behind.
Welcome back to the World Poker Tour. We're Bay 101, 3 players competing for the first place prize of close to $1.4 million here tonight.
Well, Vince Chino's going up and down and up and down. And right now he's up. He's got about an $8 million chip lead over Sam Panzica in second chip position. Just a tremendous job by Chino to regain the lead this substantially after losing it.
Yep, blinds at 125, 250 with a 25,000 ante. And Sam quickly folding, and Anthony Spinella with a 10-8. We'll just call it. Chino also with a 10-8.
Check.
And Chino checks right behind him. These guys have the same hand, even have the same suits.
Flop is a 9-5-5.
Well, no help to either player. Anthony checks. And Chino checked behind him. Now an 8 comes off, so they both have 8s and 5s.
300.
So Chino is going to bet 300,000. Called by Anthony. Now the board pairs 8, so 8's full for both players. Anthony checks.
1 million.
1 million bet by Chino. This is obviously going to get raised, just a matter of how much.
Spinella can't believe his luck. He's saying, I checked, I got bet, and now this is party time.
He's trying to figure out his sizing that he can get paid off with. Would he pay off a minimum bet? Would he pay off a maximum bet?
There you go.
And the answer is he's going to make the min raise here to 2 million. And now Chino sits up in his chair saying, wait a minute here. I'm the one with 8's full. Let's see what Chino's going to do now. Obviously could be beat. His opponent could have 8-9, 2 9s, 2 5s, but you have to love your hand when it comes 8-8 and you make 8's full.
I mean, you might stick in a raise, but with the guy with 5's full really re-raise.
Well, he's going to raise a million.
Yeah.
It's like limit poker.
Yeah.
It's like we're playing 500,000 and a million. It's gone 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, and call, and now it's going to be a split pot.
No one's going to be really happy or not happy. Even the crowd is disappointed.
Well, Michael the Grinder Mizrachi pulling for Chino Ream, oohs and ahs like everybody else when it's a split pot.
Nice hand.
Chopping the pot up with junk.
I had a little fun with it.
I had fun.
It was a fun hand.
Real fun.
It was fun.
I thought I would scoop it another like 1.5 million, but
They're both lying.
let me less.
And we move on. This time Chino Ream.
Wow, he folds on the button for the first time, 10-4 hearts.
Did you get a count?
Sam Panzica in the small blind, going to limp in and call.
You're not going to divulge your voice during this hand?
Yeah, like 4.5 or something.
4.5? Yeah, like 5, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now flop comes Queen Jack 5. Anthony out in front with the 2 5s, but Sam has a flush draw. He's going to bet 300,000. Anthony going to call him here with bottom pair. So off to the turn we go, and a 6 comes off. This gives Sam the best hand now and the best draw. He checks. And Anthony checks right behind him. And now the ace of hearts comes off. A flush for Sam. He is getting out betting chips, and right now you can just sense Chino Ream is steaming over there because he folded the 10-4 hearts.
Whoa, 775 bet by Sam. And Anthony, of course, only with a little pair of 5s.
Well, that's the only way you can call this if you put your opponent on a straight draw where he's got 9-10 or 10-8. There's no other hand you can beat. 0. You could beat 2 deuces or 2 3s, but he called him with bottom pair here.
6 of hearts. Figured. Nice hand. Yeah, that's what I expected to lose to.
I folded 10-4 hearts.
575.
You're gonna fold if I raise pre-flop, right?
Yeah, good hand.
Anthony Spinella had things going his way for a while at this final table, Vince, but it's all turned around for him. He is now in a distant 3rd place.
No, it was a bad call, but it's really the combo I was concerned with.
I know he was trying to make a hero call there, but wow.
Well, Sam this time with a nice mid-pair. Pair of 7s makes it 500,000. And Spinella looks down at ace-6 of hearts, and he will go all in with it. Chino out. Quick call by Sam.
Well, Sam in great shape here to bust Anthony out of this tournament in 3rd place.
Let's see the flop.
Let's see if the walking sticks hold up.
First three, queen, six, deuce, sevens out in front.
There's gotta be one heart on there. Yeah, let's put a heart. Turn heart.
Anthony makes 2 6s, but Sam's still out in front with 2 7s.
4 of diamonds on the turn, no help.
We are down to the river. Anthony Spinella needs an ace or a 6 to stay alive in this tournament. He's reaching for his shoes, his backpack.
Yeah. Sam, a big favorite here, and the river card.
Oh, an ace! One shoe on the river. Oh, we did it! Unbelievable. Tough luck for Sam Panzica there. Outdrawn on the river. Anthony Spinella stays alive.
That felt great.
We have 3 players remaining at the Bay 101, and we're coming back with more action in just a moment on the World Poker Tour.
Everyone knows that poker is about outplaying your opponents, bluffing them when you're holding nothing, and getting paid off when you're dealt the nuts.
That is so true. So put your skills to the test against other real players at PlayWPT.com. Play WPT Poker,
where skill matters. Tonight's episode is sponsored by Hublot, the official watch of the World Poker Tour, and by Dr. Pepper, the official soft drink of the World Poker Tour.
Bay 101 is proud of our long history with the World Poker Tour. We're excited to welcome you to the new Bay 101 facility. We are a stone's throw away from our current location. We are really proud of the new look. It's a modern, trendy Silicon Valley vibe. There's charging stations at every table. We have a restaurant with an outdoor patio. We still have the same friendly staff, and there's plenty of shooting stars in our future. We are really excited to see you at the new Bay 101, Silicon Valley's place to play.
And we are back here at Bay 101. Sheena Reeve out in front with close to $14 million. So close to taking home his 4th WPT title, record-breaking.
Well, it was a record-breaking prize pool here as well. Winner taking home over $1.3 million. 806 entries, the all-time record here at the Bay 101.
Go down to the felt. Look at this. Sam Panzica with a pair of aces makes it $500,000. Spinella right behind him with King Jack makes the call.
And now Chino with Queen Jack of Hearts.
All in. Whoa.
Wow. All in for Chino.
Call.
It's going to backfire. Sam really does have a big hand.
Wow. Well, Chino was trying to squeeze there, hoping Sam didn't have any kind of hand where he'd just pick up the pot right there, but his mom, very happy at the moment. Her son has the best hand possible. She knows that much.
Flop is a 10-7-6.
9 of hearts.
Put a 7 up.
9 of hearts.
9 of hearts.
9 of hearts.
Come on, you got a heart. A 9 of hearts is only fair.
7. 9 of hearts.
Just put a 7 up there.
Big moment here for Chino. Can he get the card? No. Bad card. 4 of spades.
He is drawing dead here, so
Nice hand.
picked a very bad time to go all in there. And with that pot, Sam Panzica on the verge of taking the chip lead.
And right now, Chino right back at it.
525.
Making it 525 to go
Wow.
with the King 6.
Another big hand by Sam.
Sam picking up a pair of 9s here.
And he's getting a rush at the right time, but he just calls here, does not re-raise. Anthony getting out of their way. Gonna let the chip leaders duel a minute here. Hope one of them goes broke. And a 9 right on the flop. 3 9s for Sam. Chino with zippity-doo-dah. And it goes check, check. Now a 5 comes off, so Chino does have a gut shot straight draw here, but Sam with 3 9s. Now reaching for betting chips. 675,000.
Call.
Wow. When you're calling trying to hit a gut shot, that's asking for a lot. Now a 3 comes off. Sam saying, hey, the guy called me on the turn. Maybe he'll call me on the river.
Yeah, he bets 1.4.
Got anything? What do you got? Come on, Sam, talk to me. You got anything good?
Chino with just king high, trying to get a read on him.
He's thinking about a hero call here, Vince. If he puts a man on a hand, he goes with his instincts. He does give it up, wisely so.
Bluffing. Huh? You had it?
I always have it.
Always? You never bluff?
Most of the time.
Most of the time? When it counts?
When it counts.
So Sam Panzica, he's on a roll right now, Vince.
Winning in front of my mom would definitely mean a lot to me. She's never seen me play poker. When I first started pursuing poker, my family didn't really think much of it. They wanted me to stay in school. But after I won my first title, they were pretty happy.
Congratulations, Sam, on winning the Best Bet Bounty Scramble.
They're actually like a little sad that I didn't text them that I made the final table so they could come watch. When my mom showed up at the final table, I was pretty surprised. I talked to her when I woke up. She was like, oh yeah, good luck. And then like 4 hours later, she's just at the final table. It's like a little more pressure though. Like I don't want to bust like super early.
Yeah, that is pretty cool, I must say. Your mom surprised you, flies in to watch the final table. Now you're playing well. You got the chip lead with 3 left. Looking to capture your second WPT title in the same season. That's only been done a few times before in WPT history.
We've got a call by Sam Panzica this time, and Anthony not going to get aggressive with King 6. So the two of them will battle with this. And the flop is a 6-5-7. So Sam picking up 6s.
Yeah, he's got 2 6s in the straight draw, but Anthony's got him beat 2 6s with King Kicker. So it's bet and call 300,000. Now deuce of hearts comes off, giving Sam a flush draw. Now he checks here. Keep the pot size down so he can call a bet if the guy makes it, but it went check behind him. Now Sam makes 2 pair on the river, 9s and 6s. And now many players would check here, Vince, with a possible straight and possible flush out there. But Sam is trying to bet the 2 pair for value here. But look at this, he is getting raised. It's another $1.3 million for Sam to make this call.
Can I go back in 2 minutes and just check?
Exactly what I was thinking, Sam.
Such a second.
Well, Vince, let's see if Sam can sort this out. You just wouldn't think a guy would raise you if he made a straight with a possible flush out there. So you have to put him on the flush.
I call.
Wow. He is going to call, and it's a good one.
Wow, he called him a 2 pair. He figured it out. He wouldn't have raised with a straight. He'd have just called. Nice call by Sam Panzica to take down that pot.
In the world of poker, there are many nicknames. The Matador, Kid Poker, the Great Dane, just to name a few. And Club WPT qualifier William Doug Mann earned some nicknames of his own playing poker in his home state of Ohio.
My real name is Doug Mann. I've been called a lot of names. Usually William a lot, Wild William, some Mr. Mann. Seems like I tell everybody different, and that way it keeps them guessing. It's been fabulous since the minute I stepped on this property.
Welcome to Bay 101.
When you're on a free roll at a big major tournament, it's the best feeling because no matter what happens, it didn't cost you a dime to be there. The bounty at my table was Andy Frankenberger. He's a phenomenal player, a very nice gentleman.
I'm just kidding.
He kept the table entertained. He really stuck out as the shining star. It's not as hard as you'd think to win a major package tournament on the club. It was one afternoon and half an evening of my time, and the reward was phenomenal. And the best thing of all about the club, for such a small monthly fee, where else can you win a package that's valued from $6,000 to $14,000 and have the time of your life and potentially win millions?
Sign up to become a Club WPT VIP member and play for real cash and prizes, including seats to a live WPT main tour event. Join ClubWPT.com today.
And now we're back at the Bay 101 shooting star, Sam Panzica, 24 years old with over 14 million in chips.
Well, Vince, he was sitting third on the totem pole in this 3-handed battle for a long time, and now he's got a substantial chip lead. Definitely he's going to be the guy to beat now.
Yeah, he's got the button, and he's got Big Slick as well. He's king of diamonds. Makes it 500,000 to go.
Oh, he is picking up some hands at the right time now, I can tell you that. Aces, 9s, ace, king of diamonds. Boom, boom, boom.
Oh. Chino with a 5-3 will make this call, hoping to get lucky against the chip leader. Flop is an ace, 3 deuce, 2 clubs.
Chino checks, middle pair and a straight draw. Sam is going to make the continuation bet.
Call.
And Chino calls him.
It just keeps getting better for Sam as the king hits.
Back.
Well, again, Chino checks. And I'm sure, again, Sam will be betting, just a matter of how much. Wow, 950,000 the bet. Just don't see how you can go any farther with a gut shot straight draw here.
Unless you're Chino Ream,
Call.
who likes
Wow.
to gamble, he's gonna call this.
He's got to catch a 3 or a 4 to win this pot.
Doesn't realize it. Going to the river, queen of spades.
Well, Chino checks again.
And Sam once more.
2.1.
Wow, 2.1 million. The guy called $1 million on the turn, so you might as well bet $2 million on the river. Hoping he pays you off again.
You just keep firing, huh? Well, I can only beat a bluff. Good news for you. This will put me right back in it. You know, it'll be just, you know, a nice little... All right, this is gonna take a second. I mean, I'm just guessing here. This is all I'm doing, I'm just guessing. But, you know, can't win if you don't fire, right? And then...
He's trying to talk himself into calling here,
He
Vince.
is.
I call.
Oh, no!
My gosh. Unbelievable. 2.1 million. He called there with 2 threes.
He just talked himself into it all the way, and that is huge.
That was a big, big gift on the river. I should fold the river.
Chino's an instinct player. His gut thought he might be bluffing. He paid him off, and now he's got to climb back into it. Let's see if he can.
All right, we'll get back down to it. Spinella now with King Jack.
All in.
Says all in.
All in?
Chino over the top with his short stack all in.
Well, Sam Winston, but no way he's going to play a King 10 here.
Definitely calling that.
Sam gets out of the way.
Chino out in front with the ace-queen
Chino saved me.
against the King Jack.
You got King Queen? 10?
I asked for that one. We still got it.
Thank you.
Crowd completely stunned. Don't know what to expect. The flop is a queen 6 deuce. That is good for Chino.
Michael the Grinder Mizrachi, very happy to see that flop.
So the barefoot Spinella, close to extinction, gets out his shoe to put back on, but he gets his card!
Vance, that shoe's like the glass slipper for him.
Hold, please.
Fits perfectly.
Hold. Zet.
Down to the river. Now Chino needs to get extremely lucky.
Wow.
4 clubs on the river. Not going to work out for Chino Ream.
Anthony Spinella has been so lucky in these situations. He had to catch an ace on the river to stay alive a minute ago, 3-handed. Now he had to catch a king. He did it both times.
Oh, yeah, I was running good in all ends this one.
But really, really tough luck for Chino Ream right there. Visions of a 4th WPT title just about out the window.
475?
Chino now all in with his 475 total. And a Spinella with a 5-3. Anthony's gonna call.
Chino's got queen 10 up against Anthony's 5-3 of hearts.
You got a 5 in there.
Once again, Chino out front. Let's see if this one holds up.
Oh boy.
For the first step back of his long journey.
Flop is
King 8 on the flop.
Queen high silver lead for Chino.
Oh no!
A 5 on the turn. He hit it on the turn just like before. Chino now needs a queen, a 10, or an 8 to win this pot.
Yep.
Must have a queen, 10, or an 8, or he's going to be our 3rd place finisher. Wow. You know, Vince, sometimes it's just not in the cards for you. Tough luck for Chino Ream. I feel his pain. He was so close to a 4th WPT title.
Yeah, great player. Not to beat tonight. He's going to take home $521,000. And a bad beat story. He's off to talk to Matt Savage.
Obviously a good run here, 521,000, but it feels like a
feels like a
loss
loss for sure.
Yeah.
It definitely feels like a loss because we had a shot to make history, and even though I say I play for the money, it was in the back of my head. I really wanted to win, and it's nobody's fault but my own that I didn't. It's not bad luck or anything. Overall, I feel like even if I got unlucky, I didn't play well enough to deserve that fourth title.
You're going to come back from this, yeah?
Definitely. I'll probably win like Rolling Thunder, like right here.
All right. And we'll see you at the TOC.
Thank you.
All right, man. Thanks, Chino.
Yep.
After Chino Reams' elimination, we are down to the final 2 players here at the Bay 101 Casino. When we return, Sam Panzica and Anthony Spinella go heads up for the WPT title. Heads-up action is about to begin between Sam Panzica and Anthony Spinella, but only one can fly away with the Season 15 Bay 101 Shooting Star title. So I'll send it down to Mike and Vince.
Well, thank you, Lynn. And right now, the Andes are going up to 50,000, and the blinds are 150 and 3.
Sam Panzica with just under a 4-1 chip lead. He's got 19 million in chips. Well, big difference in prize money between first and second place. Well over $500,000.
Panzica going after his second WPT title. He has a pair of 7s here.
Well, pairs are big hands. Playing heads-up poker.
600.
Sam knows it.
Wow, you're just going to raise me like that?
Spinella behind him has a king-jack, and he says all in. And it's been called.
Let's do this. I would have called, but you know. You can't let you raise my big blind like that.
Well, here we go. We got a race. If Sam wins the race, he'll be the champion. If not, they won't be far apart in chip count.
7s versus king-jack, and the flop is a king-king-jack.
Next case, it must come 7-7 exactly.
That's the way to start the heads-up battle.
Well, there's no question that the king-jack is going to be Anthony Spinella's favorite hand from here out for the rest of his life.
7.
He wins this tournament. He took the king-jack a minute ago. Remember, he had to catch the king on the turn.
It's over 4 and a queen.
To beat Chino Reams 2 queens. He did it. Now he flops a full house here.
I knew I wouldn't be able to stack you on that flop, so I had to get it in free.
And Vince, just like that, so much for the big chip lead by Sam Panzica.
Yeah, it's 14 million to 10 million. Blinds 150 and 3. Action now on Anthony. He's got a pair of 4s. He'll move it up, raising it to 650 total. Sam with a 9-10.
And he's going to look at a flop.
Totally supposed to be 8. Still misclicking.
Flop is a 10-5-3. Sam has outflopped Anthony.
Yeah, great flop for Sam here. Yeah, certainly you're going to bet 2 4s here as a continuation bet. Just hope your opponent goes away.
Yeah, 550.
He's going to get check raised here, Vince.
It sure is. Total of 1.4.
That'll probably do it for Anthony here.
He's going to get a little crazy with us here.
Oh my gosh, Vince, look at this. He is going to re-raise here. Going to try to represent 2 jacks or better in this hand. Now, let's see if Sam's going to go for that.
On. I misclicked. I was trying to call.
Wow, Sam quickly goes all in.
These things are so hard to read how much the numbers are. You can just look at how many chips I put in.
Sam Panzica getting closer to taking home the title. There's Mom in the front row.
I'm never going to win tournaments doing that.
Well, Vince, it looked like a subtle play there, but that was a big all-in right there by Sam Panzica in my mind. He could have been about drawing dead.
It worked out. Anthony this time with an attractive ace-8 of clubs.
Well, certainly a nice hand playing heads up. You're going to raise it with this.
Wow. Sam's going all in with his ace-10.
In the spirit of the game.
Yeah, I don't see how Anthony's going to get away from this hand.
I call.
Oh, boy, he has called.
Ah, nice hand.
And he's behind, Mike.
Yeah. Sam Panzica dominating right now. Ace-10 versus ace-8.
Sam.
If Sam's hand holds up, he'll be a 2-time WPT champion this season. That is good stuff.
I could have played better than that.
Well, Anthony's made bigger drawouts than this so far. Let's see if he can do it again.
Jack 5-3.
Now, if the board would pair twice, they would split this pot. Obviously, Anthony will win it if it comes 2 running clubs.
Anthony, get the shoe on. 4 diamonds on the turn.
So Anthony will tie the pot. If a deuce comes off, he'll win it with an 8. Anything else,
it's over.
It will be over.
Yep, down to the last card. Huge title at stake. To the river by the bay.
Well, he was down to 2 cards before. He needed an ace or a 6. He caught an ace against Chino.
That's it.
Well, it's the 5. That's going to do it. Sam Panzica is our champion. Well, Vince, you got to hand it to Anthony Spinelli. Started out this final table in 5th chip position. Got lucky a couple times to stay alive. Finished 2nd. I don't think he's got any room to complain. Played well. Just wasn't meant to be.
Anthony, what an amazing week for you and a great night tonight. Fell a little bit short, but are you happy with your performance?
Yeah, I'd say so.
I mean, is King Jack your new favorite hand?
A little bit. Getting there.
All right, congratulations again.
Thanks, man.
All right, thanks.
And now let's talk to the Bay 101 Shooting Star champion from Saline, Michigan, and now 2-time WPT champion, Sam Panzica. Sam, you're just 24 years old. You just picked up over $1.3 million. Your 2nd WPT title this season that puts you in a very elite club in the history of the World Poker Tour. And if you guys have done that, give us your feelings right now. Tell us what this feels like.
It's pretty incredible to win not 1 but 2 WPTs in the same season. It's amazing.
What else is amazing is that the lady on your left, your mother, flew in here as a surprise to you. You didn't know she was coming to this final table, but what a good luck charm she is. Are you going to take her on tour with you from now on?
Might have to if I keep winning.
Well, I agree with you. Congratulations, Sam. Fantastic playing. Great victory for you. In addition to the over $1.3 million in cash, you win a beautiful Hublot watch again, a 2nd one, as well as a set of Monster wireless headphones. Fantastic job. One more time, let's hear it for our champion, Sam Panzica. Lynn, back to you.
Well, the stars certainly aligned tonight for Sam Panzica, the season 15 Bay 101 Shooting Star champion. For Mike Sexton, Vince Van Patten, Tony Dunst, Matt Savage, and everyone at the World Poker Tour, I'm Lynn Gilmartin. See you next time on the WPT.
The World Poker Tour is sponsored by ClubWPT.com. Never lose a dime playing poker, guaranteed.
I can outplay these guys. That's my shot. Got this. If I get the card, I prepare for this day. One time. Breathe.
You never know when your time is going to come. To rise above the rest. To seize the opportunity. To be crowned a champion. Is it time for your story to be told? The World Poker Tour.
Well, in poker, you face all kinds of challenges. Certainly, every time you sit down at the table, if you play a tournament, you know, you're challenged. You know, do you put your chips in the pot? Do you bet? And I don't care how great you are, even the best players in the world don't win that very much in any tournaments that they play. So it's a challenge to win, not easy.
In Florida, a storybook season comes to a close. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the World Poker Tour. I'm Lynn Gilmartin. The Monster WPT Tournament of Champions is one of the most exclusive events on the poker circuit. And with so much added to the prize pool, it's no wonder players flocked to the Seminole Hard Rock to get in on the action.
I love the Hard Rock. I've been quite lucky here. The first ever World Poker Tour I played was here, and I won it. And I've been chasing that dream ever since.
There's a lot of good players around. Obviously, everybody's successful enough to win a poker tournament, which isn't an easy thing to do.
With stiff competition in the field, players were battling from the very first hand. While some got off to a quick start, Others, like Sean Kunix, were struggling to pick up pots.
It's always fun. It could be more fun at times, though. It helps if you get some hands.
The first player to fall was the Season 15 WPT Rolling Thunder champion, Mike Del Vecchio.
I'm a little honored to be the first person out. You know, that's something that not everybody could say, that they're first out of a WPT Tournament of Champions.
And they would keep falling.
Gotta be prepared to bust poker tournaments when you sign up.
Flush over flush, early exit, get my Maui gems, go enjoy the pool.
When registration closed after the second level, the official numbers were released. 66 champions created a prize pool of nearly $1.1 million. 9 players would make the money, with first place taking home over $380,000 in cash, plus a bounty of prizes, including an Audi S5 Coupe. One of the last players to enter was the reigning Legends of Poker champion, Pat Lyons.
Just want to survive. Survive, want to win the whole thing, get the car, I'll drive the car back to California. Be like the Beverly Hillbillies.
Unfortunately, Pat would have to find another form of transportation to get back home. There were many returning champions playing in the tournament, plus some newly crowned ones, including Ryan Reese, who joined a small group of players who won a WSOP main event and a WPT title.
It feels amazing. It was a really tough field, and it feels really good to win. I've been playing these for over 4 years straight. To win one feels really good. I got a 15th at LAPC main last year, which was a really big one, and a few other like top 20, top 30, but first final table and to win it, it's pretty special.
Emma Zajmovic won her title after making her second final table this season and was in great shape holding aces versus Angelko Andrejevic, who was all in with 9s. Angelko outdrew Emma with a 9 on the turn, knocking her down to about 2 big blinds.
Nice ball. Sorry, Emma.
Yeah. I don't tilt, I just pass some words in English when I got sucked up.
On the next hand, Emma moved all in and would find a double up through Kevin Eister.
Keep going.
But her comeback was stopped short when Emma's ace-jack did not improve against Tyler Patterson's ace-king.
It was really a hard day, but it was really amazing. I really appreciated my experience.
A few tables over, a big hand was developing after a raise and 2 callers. Two-time WPT champ Marvin Rettenmeyer sent his short stack all in.
45K.
James Romero then re-raised to $45,000, which sent Kevin Starman into the tank.
Hold on, girl. Owen. Oh my God. I really hope I didn't look at the same ones twice. I'm pretty sure I got it.
After Kevin's all in, Noah Schwartz's head was spinning.
Good job, Marvin. You really screwed things up here. You. All right, I fold. I had 8 seconds left, though.
Noah would release his hand. James quickly called, and when the cards were tabled, Marvin was optimistic about his one live card.
I got a queen ball. I see a queen.
And hit a queen on the flop and turn to give him the main pot.
There's a queen.
Go, guys.
Kevin would hit the exit, and James collected the side.
That's nuts.
With all this action in the air, Vince Van Patten stopped by to check in on his fellow commentator and witnessed a more relaxed Mike Sexton at the table.
16 years, you've never had a massage before the table.
After building up a decent stack, Mike 3-bet all in on a jack-high flop and was called by Eric Seidel.
I almost forgot.
Mike held pocket kings, but was way behind Eric's 3 of a kind.
The event was great. Just sad I had 2 kings against 2 threes and got broke. I came close to throwing the kings away when he raised me on the flop because I knew he had a small pair. And I figured he flopped a set. You know, that's poker. What can you do?
Play may have been winding down for the evening, but no one was safe as several more champions hit the rail.
Oh!
Including Scott Clements, Dominic Nietzsche, Sean Kunix, Chan Reese Kuhn, Jake Cody, and 2-time champ Mohsin Charania. When action ended for the day, 30 players remained. Season 15 5-diamond winner James Romero ended the day with $276,000 in chips, good for second on the leaderboard. But snatching the chip lead was 2-time WPT champion and local Michael Mizraki, who bagged up over $287,000.
It's nothing better when you're chip leader. You can go right back to the house, right down the block. I could walk home if I wanted to.
It was a beautiful Florida morning, but players were hoping to spend much of the day inside at the tables.
They're all still playing here on day 2 of the Monster WPT Tournament of Champions. I'm on the rail. Busted me last night, but what an experience. What a great event this is. Just fantastic that the sponsorship has stepped up to the plate here for these players, and they're getting all these perks, getting added money to the prize pool. Fantastic event. I will be back.
With this tournament using the action clock from Protection Poker, the pace of play was swift.
I generally act within 5 seconds every time anyway, so it's nice to put a little more pressure on the people that take a little more time than I do.
I think just having the clock actually just like subconsciously makes people act faster before the clock even needs to be used.
I think it's great for poker. Most games and sports have some form of a clock that keeps the game flowing, keeps it fun.
Dylan Wilkerson knocked out the first player of the day, last season's winner Farid Yashu, who had started on the short stack.
It was a nice experience, like last year. It's an amazing tournament, the best field I have ever played.
Early action also saw the elimination of 3 Bay 101 WPT champions, Sam Panzica, James Carroll, and Taylor Poor. Off to a strong start, Season 6 WPT Player of the Year Jonathan Little was enjoying the high level of competition.
Quite often there are a lot of players in poker tournaments who you do not think even have the possibility to win, but clearly everyone here knows how to fight, they know how to get in there, they know how to win tournaments, and that makes it exciting.
The grinder, Michael Mizraki, continued to build his stack, seemingly playing every hand. While other big stacks like James Romero and Tyler Patterson had tough days and were sent home short of the money.
I lost every all-in all day, and then now I'm going home.
Daniel Santoro started making strides and added to his stack when he eliminated James Mackey. Jonathan Jaffe took out fellow final tableist from last season, Noah Schwartz.
I'll never win those ones.
One of the players separating himself from the pack was Daniel Weinman, who won his WPT title this season at Borgata.
It was going good. It was short all day. Last 2 levels, caught a bunch of big hands, doubled up twice, and kind of just winning every pot I'm entering right now. So I have the trip lead going into 11 left. Looking forward to it.
With Jonathan Little's elimination by David Ormsby in 11th place, the room entered hand-for-hand play. Having cashed a record 25 times on the World Poker Tour, Lee Markholt understood how hard it would be to make the money in this event.
There's no dead money in this tournament, so right now everybody's maneuvering and picking their spots, and hope I can just hang in there and keep chipping up a little bit.
5 hands into the money bubble, Dylan Wilkerson went all in with Ace-King and was called by Daniel Weinman, who held pocket queens. Dylan, who was at risk, needed to improve to survive. Ace-King-10 on the flop gave Dylan 2 pair, but he would need to fade a queen or jack to hold on. An 8 on the turn and a 6 on the river, Dylan scored the double up and the money bubble continued. A few hands later, Michael Mizraki moved all in on a 6-high flop and was called by Lee Markholt, who was at risk. Lee held pocket jacks and he was in the lead against the nut flush draw of Michael. A deuce of diamonds on the turn gave Michael some additional outs, but he was still behind. The deuce of hearts on the river completed Michael's flush and knocked Lee out just short of the money. Jonathan Jaffe was the first player to hit the payout desk after running his ace-3 of diamonds into the pocket aces of Michael Mizraki. A disappointing end to his tournament, but an impressive run for Jonathan, who cashed in both WPT Tournament of Champions events.
I can't be that disappointed when I had like 10 big blinds an hour or 2 ago. Anytime you start getting a stack together, definitely be nice to see it through.
Eric Seidel doubled through Jesse Sylvia to send his chip stack north of 440,000. And then in the very next hand, Eric finished the job when his ace-jack held on to defeat Jesse's ace-4 offsuit.
I'll definitely come back. I had such a good time here. Everyone just took amazing care of us. It was a really great time.
Down to 7 players, Stefan Schilhobel 3-bet all in with ace-queen offsuit. Dylan Wilkerson went all in over the top with pocket 10s, and Michael Mizraki folded. Stefan needed to improve or would be eliminated. No help on the flop, turn or river knocked out the German pro, and the televised final table was set.
It was okay to cash, but of course I hope to win it, but you can't win every tournament, so.
Daniel Weinman would lead a stacked final table that included 2 legends of the game. Gentlemen, it is so wonderful to be here with you to close out season 15 on the World Poker Tour. Now, Mike, how was it getting to play in this event for your first time, and what do we have to look forward to tonight?
Oh, Len, it was such an honor to play in this tournament. The prestige, the perks, the prizes, the action clock, the opportunity to play against the best. This is such a great event. It's all champions fighting it out to determine who's going to be the ultimate champion. And we've got an amazing final table for you tonight, but there's two guys you need to keep your eyes on. In seat one, we've got two-time WPT champion Michael the Grinder Mizrachi. The Grinder made it to this final table 1 year ago. He's back again, and both times he's come in second chip position. That is impressive. And in seat five, we have one of the legends in the poker world. This guy is amazing. He's got $32 million in lifetime tournament winnings. Just incredible. Poker Hall of Famer Eric Seidel. Now, Vince, even though Mizrachi and Seidel might be the headliners at this final table, they're not the chip leader.
No, they're not, Mike. We have 29-year-old Daniel Weinman. He is the chip leader, and he's primarily a high-stakes cash game player. So this is a little different from him, but I hear he's ruthless. Will he be able to take down the title, the champ of all champions? We're going to see.
Who's it going to be? Thanks, guys. And while the players are getting ready for this final table, WPT Executive Tour Director Matt Savage caught up with chip leader Daniel Weinman.
Dan, your first final table was not televised, and it is tonight. Does that add any extra pressure to you?
I would say a little bit of pressure. That first tournament only had, 100 people watching online. This one's going to be broadcast to the whole world, so hopefully I can put on a good show.
Dan, this is a tough, exclusive final table tonight. How are you going to keep it light out there?
That's kind of my style out there. Everyone else is very serious. I'm out there cracking jokes, even in the middle of hands. You'll see me crack some smiles and hopefully get the other guys to engage too.
All right, well, good luck to you tonight.
For sure, thanks.
Final table action at the Monster WPT Tournament of Champions begins right after this.
I'd say I'm very ready for this final table. I think I'm the only one that's won something this season. Mine's really still fresh in my mind.
It's going to be exciting to say you won the Tournament of Champions and beat out a field only of champions would be a pretty awesome thing to do.
A big final table like this is always going to kind of fill you up with anxiety a little bit, but this is my 5th time for WPT final table, so it's kind of natural at this point.
It's going to be my first time playing on TV, so it's pretty new. Just got to play solid poker. Everyone there is pretty good, so there's no soft spots.
I love it here. It's a tournament of champions, and you're playing against the best. So if you want to be the best, you have to beat the best.
I think it would be a great title to have. It's only winners playing, so it's obviously a tough field. There's a good chunk of money at stake. Plus, I need a new car. My car is 12 years old, so I would really like to win that car.
Final table action at the Monster WPT Tournament of Champions is about to begin, so let's get down to the table.
Well, there you see the ClubWPT.com chip count. Daniel Weinman out in front with 872,000. Michael the Grinder Mizrachi in second chip position, just as he was a year ago, Vince, in this same tournament.
Winner's going to take home $381,000 here tonight.
Well, players love this event, the Monster WPT Tournament Champions, because of the additional prizes. Everybody at the final table will receive a Monster Superstar Rave box, and the winner will receive, in addition to first place prize money, a beautiful Hublot watch, a week stay at the Wyndham Extra Holidays, a seat in the Tigers Poker Night, a custom BBO poker table, set of Monster headphones, and a 2018 Audi S5 Coupe. Just fantastic. Thank you, sponsors.
Let's go to the felt. Dylan Wilkerson out of Seattle, Washington. First to act. Looks down at a queen 3 and folds it.
Michael the Grinder Mizrachi almost won this event a year ago. Back to the final table again, folds.
Now Daniel Weinman, poker pro. Makes it 23,000 to go. David Ormsby out, but Santoro on the short stack picks up ace-king.
On.
And he's going to go all in.
Yeah, he's going to move all in with this hand on the short stack like everybody would.
Eric Seidel going out.
And Daniel's going to go out.
Power play by the short stack. That's going to work out nice.
I'm playing tight.
You're getting through there.
Haven't played a hand yet.
When Grinder throws away one hand, people do consider him tight. He does like to play pots.
6 players battling for this championship, the Tournament of Champions. Action on Daniel, quick fold by him. Now David Ormsby out of Ontario, Canada, folds the hand. Santoro and Seidel going out.
Now over to Dylan Wilkinson, the battle of the blinds here. And Dylan just limping in with the queen 10. Most guys would raise in this spot, but he knows Grinder, a very aggressive player, a defender. Hard to imagine that even the Grinder would raise with this hand.
I'll give you a walk.
That is a shocking check.
Oh, bingo, bango, bongo for the Grinder. He has flopped the nuts. Can you imagine starting with a 4-deuce offsuit and flopping the best hand possible?
Dylan, with just queen high, checks it.
Wow, what a sick flop.
Grinder doing reverse psychology, telling it like it is for real. Makes a bet, hoping to get called, but cannot get his action.
And shows the nuts to everybody.
The Grinder, 2 titles on the World Poker Tour.
Well, he has over $15.4 million in career live tournament winnings. 3 World Series of Poker bracelets to his credit.
Almost wheel. No heart.
Including winning the $50,000 Buy-In Players Championship twice.
Have you beat?
Night outs. To a shot.
Out the door.
Action on David Ormsby. Says he loves rap music. He's a cash game player mostly. He's going to fold. Santoro not going to play. Eric Seidel, a big legend, going out as well. Dylan out.
22.
The Grinder out of the small blind. Going to raise it to 22,000 with King-Jack offsuit. Up against the chip leader here, Daniel Wyman, who looks down at a junk 6-deuce offsuit.
Just let this one go.
Well, I'll tell you what he's going to let go. Raising chips, that's what he's letting go of. 76,000. Now, Grinder knows he's the chip leader, so automatically that makes you leery.
Well, we are playing this tournament with an action clock. Each player has 30 seconds to make a decision, and they have 5 buttons throughout the final table.
I'm gonna have to use some of these.
Yeah, those time buttons are worth 30 seconds each, so if you need more time to think about your hand, you pitch one in the pot, you get more time. And we certainly want to thank Protection Poker for providing the action clock for this event. And he lays it down, so what a play by the chip leader right there.
Polarized man.
Ace jack.
Flip.
King jack.
Flip.
I know. You look nervous. You're at 100 beats per minute there.
You got the wristband on you, go understand.
Can't see it though.
We'll be right back for more on the World Poker Tour.
Have a good resting heart rate.
Well, you can go from playing online to playing on TV. ClubWPT.com awards packages to travel, stay, and play in a WPT main tour event.
Yes! Make your poker dream a reality today at ClubWPT.com.
We are back at the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino.
Daniel Wyman still out in front with 900,000. Michael the Grinder Mizrachi still in second with 720,000.
Action on Dylan Wilkerson out of Seattle. He takes a look at a awful jack deuce of clubs. He won't play that.
And the Grinder folding as well. Round to the chip leader. Daniel Wyman, he's out.
Now David Ormsby out of Ontario, Canada, with just a 9-8 and some guts because he's going to make it 22,000 to go.
He's sitting in last chip position, yet makes a button raise.
Santoro out. Eric Seidel with jack 6 of spades will speculate.
Eric going to defend out of the big blind here. Now flop is ace, queen, 5-2 spades. So Eric Seidel checks the flush draw. David makes a continuation bet, trying to represent aces here.
And he's going to be called by Eric. Going to the turn. Will Seidel hit the flush? Let's take a look. No, 7 of clubs.
Well, Eric checks again. David now has a gut shot straight draw, but literally has nothing. And he is firing a second bullet here into the great Eric Seidel.
Yeah, 40,000. Seidel, though, he's not going anywhere with that flush draw. Down to the river we go.
Well, a 6 comes off. This gives Eric 2 6s, but it gives David the stone cold nuts, the best hand possible, a 9 high straight.
Seidel checking. David can't believe it.
All in?
All in?
Well, he bet on the flop and the turn, hoping Eric would go away. Now, he's more hoping that he calls. Eric goes out, so David Ormsby bluffed his way till he made the nuts. Then made an all-in bet that didn't get called, but showing some heart there, Vince.
Nice smile by him. He says it's his first time ever playing on TV.
Monster was awesome. Monster gave everyone that made day 2 a free pair of headphones.
I got a set of Monster headphones, and I think today we'll be getting a ridiculous Monster rave box, which turns any room into a party.
I don't know how I'm gonna fit it in my suitcase, but all that plus the added money, it's a good value tournament. I'm probably gonna play it every year.
It's hard to resist the swag. So to have such generous sponsors is a really cool thing.
And I expect after I win, Monster's gonna give me, a share of the company or something. They've been so great to the players.
Got them monsters on it.
Mike, I hear that if you stare into that rave box for a long period of time, you play better poker.
Haha, we better get one then.
All right now, Daniel Wyman out in front with 943,000. And the antes and blinds are going up. The antes are now 2,000. Blinds are 6 and 12. Action's on Daniel. Folds the hand. Seidel also taking a breather. Dylan not going to play. And here's the grinder with just a 9-8.
And that's a big hand for the grinder on the button for sure.
25,000, he makes it.
Daniel going out. David now with the ace high. He opts to just call and not raise here.
Let's see if he gets lucky with the flop. No, 10-10-4 on the flop. Helps neither player.
David is checked. The grinder will be making the continuation bet here.
15,000.
And quickly called by David. Believing the ace high could well be the best hand, which it is. Now, if 5 comes off, this gives David a wheel draw, as well as the best hand, the ace high. But the grinder with just 9 high knows he has to keep betting to win this pot, and he doesn't like to give up pots, so he fires a second shell.
40,000. David's not going anywhere. He's making this call. But no king of diamonds on the river.
Well, David's going to check again. Will grinder fire a third shell?
And yes, he's going to make a bet, 50,000 with nothing.
Well, it's not a big bet, Vince, into a pot that's got 178,000 in it.
Which sometimes looks stronger.
It does. It almost makes you look like you want the guy to call you. And David gives it up, so the grinder firing 3 bullets there to take down that pot. Vince, that's why he is the grinder.
Tonight's sponsors are Hublot, the official watch of the World Poker Tour. Maui Jim, maker of premium polarized color-enhancing sunglasses. Dr. Pepper, the official soft drink of the World Poker Tour. And Monster, the official headphones and speakers of the World Poker Tour.
Let me tell you, becoming a WPT champion is far from easy, but there is a simple step that might improve your game, and that's signing up to play at clubwpt.com.
To join is real easy. All you have to do is put in your email address, and you can start playing that day. I've won pretty much every tournament on there.
I find the membership at clubwpt.com very easy to navigate the website.
Sign in with your email. You can play for 14 days for free, and then if you like it, keep playing, and you can win a seat like I did.
I've never met anybody yet that after the 2-week free trial was up, didn't stay on as a full VIP member. Very simple to play. It's not very complicated, and you'll have a ball.
Sign up at clubwpt.com and snap. You could be playing immediately and competing to win a seat at a live WPT main tour event. Join clubwpt.com today.
Okay, let's get back to the action. There you see the chip counts of everybody. Daniel Weinman still well out in front, 935,000. The grinder, Michael Mizrachi, has assumed second chip position once again.
Action going to the great Eric Seidel. And this man has lifetime tournament earnings of over $31 million. Not bad for sitting at a table. A couple folds around to the grinder, who has King 10 of hearts. Popped it up here, and the Wyman. Fold by him. Now David Ormsby with ace 3.
Same hand as he had before. He didn't raise the grinder last time.
All in.
Whoa, he's going all in.
This time he's going all in over the top.
Gamble or not?
Oh, that's the way to play the grinder. Don't try to grind him, just try to pulverize him.
And what he wants is the grinder to go away. And that's what happens as the grinder does go away. So well done by David there. He's probably wishing he would have moved in over the top with the same hand a minute ago against the Grinder, where he'd have won that pot as well, but happy to win this one.
And David, out of Ontario, 27 years old, he said, I want to win this tournament because I need a new car. He totaled his car 2 months ago. Did you know that, Mike?
All I know is since he won in Fallsview back in 2016, he's lost 50 pounds since then. So you get some money, you get in shape, Vince. That's the way it is.
How much? How much?
26.
Dylan has made it 26,000 with an ace-4 and Grinder
56.
with the king-queens going back over the top to make it 56 total.
Just a little 3-bet here with the king-queen.
Our chip leader, Daniel Weinman, releases the hand, and
Dylan knows Grinder can make this play with any 2 cards. He's going to call him with the ace-high here. You have to defend against Grinder raising you, or he will punish you and raise you every single time.
Flop is a 5-5 deuce.
56.
The Grinder has zip and pip.
Dylan, he's got the inside straight draw now. Not hesitating, got to make this call. Loves to play the drums and improvise, he says, and he does that at the poker table. He loves to improvise, mix it up.
Well, the deuce comes off, so 2 pair, ace-high the best hand by Dylan. The Grinder just relentless. He just keeps betting. Tough decision here for Dylan. He knows the Grinder could accidentally pick up a pair at some point. And he takes down the pot, so Grinder winning pot after pot without having the best hand. That's how you do it. You just keep betting.
You know, it's amazing. He knows everyone knows how he plays. He doesn't care. He says,
hey,
it's still tough to call me.
The Grinder is tricky. He's tough. You look at him and you think, like, how can this guy ever win anything? And then you see that he's one of the most successful tournament poker players of all time. And clearly his style, which is unorthodox, works wonders for him. And he can be really, really difficult to play against.
Well, Dylan, those are the sentiments of all pros out there on tour. I can assure you, they all feel the same way about the Grinder. They wonder how he does it. Well, I can tell you, relentless pressure, great feel for the game.
25.
But betting is his strong suit.
And this time he's got a strong hand for him. A pair of 8s, he makes it 25,000. But right behind him, Weinman with a pair of 7s.
Let's play a big pot.
And let's play a big pot. Grinder loves to play big pots. Because he said that, Daniel just called him instead of raised him. And that's liable to bring David Ornsby into the picture. I would certainly call here out of the blind with the Jack-9 of diamonds and a 3-way pot.
And that's what he does. He makes this call.
And Daniel Santoro going out.
You pull the trigger. I would have called too.
I figured one of you would. Slow play.
Let's take a peek.
Well, Queen 10 deuce open in straight draw for David. He's going to check. The Grinder not liking the 2 overcards against 2 opponents. But that's not going to slow him down from betting, Vince. There it is.
He has no fear. He is making a bet of 28. He's going to push out Daniel. But of course, David, we know, open-ended at this point.
And backdoor flush draw, not going anywhere. The question is, do you call or do you raise here? And he's opting to call.
Yeah, he's on a short stack. He'd love to double up. But hits a king, makes the straight.
Also has a straight flush draw. Gonna check here. The Grinder drawing completely dead. Whatever he puts in the pot from here out will just disappear from his stack.
Yeah, 60,000.
Against an aggressive player like Grinder, you just want to walk the dog. Just check, letting him keep betting. 6 of spade on the river. And David checks again.
Digging the hole, putting the branches and twigs over, waiting for the sucker to fall in.
All in.
It's the Grinder.
Call.
He has bet all in, and an instant call, of course, by David.
David played this hand like a fiddle, Vince. I got to tell you, played it perfectly against this particular opponent.
I think you're going to play Jack-9 as well, suited.
In the Mirage Poker Showdown, the World Poker Tour final table I made was Gabe Kaplan, John Juanda, Lee Watkinson, and Scotty Wynn, baby.
What a lineup we've got at this final table.
when we were three-handed, I felt this tournament is mine. I felt the confidence, I play good and I run good. And when I was heads up with Lee, I felt that if I just keep calm, I can beat him.
I'm gonna go all in.
All right, let's go.
All he's got to do is dodge a 5 and a 4, and he'll have the trophy, he'll have the seat in the WPT Championship, and he's done it!
When I finally won World Poker Tour title, it was a big relief and the best feeling in the world.
Now, Elia Lesra, former Poker Hall of Fame nominee, he and Daniel Wyman and myself played mixed games several days in advance before this Tournament of Champions started. We had a lot of fun every day playing together.
Yeah, he's a high-stakes gambler, a fun guy. Nice to see him back out here. And now let's move down to the felt. A couple falls into Eric Seidel, who has ace-10, likes the hand, makes it 27,000 to go.
56.
And the grinder's going to 3-bet Eric Seidel here. Says you may be a legend, you may be a Poker Hall of Famer, but I'm 3-betting you anyway. But Eric going nowhere. Calls the 3-bet.
Yeah, with ace-10 up against ace-4.
Yeah, has him dominated right now.
And the flop is at 8-5-4, so the grinder getting a piece of that.
He's taking the lead after the flop.
He's going to check. It doesn't want to fall into any traps with Seidel.
It's going to check. Now the 6 of clubs comes off. Grinder checks. Eric checks again right behind him. And now an ace comes off. This gives Grinder top and bottom pair. If he bets out here, chances are he's going to get paid off because Eric has made a pair of aces.
Grinder putting in a bet of 80,000 with aces and 4s now.
There you see the deep breath by Eric. He says, you got to be kidding me.
Thank you, River.
Yeah, exactly. It's the worst card in the deck.
How's it?
He's curious.
2 pair.
Everybody's curious against Grinder. So Eric does pay him off. There's the Grinder's mom, his fan club.
I like bluffing, but it's so much more fun.
He lives within walking distance of the casino, so a big favorite here locally. Michael, the Grinder Mizrachi, taking down that pot off the legendary Eric Seidel.
Yeah, it's a great time to just walk over to the casino, but when you have a bad night, it's a tough walk home. Back on Seidel. Quickly folds it. Dylan also out.
Yeah, the Grinder picks up Queen Jack.
25.
Yeah, speaking different languages, very impressive. Makes it 25,000 to go. Weinman, though, right behind him with an ace-10.
You're tired of re-racing? Hand's too good.
Well, Weinman just calls, doesn't 3-bet him with that hand, like many guys would against the Grinder.
I would have 4-bet you. Doesn't mean much.
All right, the flop comes up at 4-3, deuce, 2 clubs.
Again, Grinder, relentless, fires again.
19,000.
Daniel with just a wheel draw.
We still 1 pot.
Daniel going nowhere, makes the call.
This our range for sure. 7 of hearts.
Turn card is a 5.
That didn't change much.
Changed a lot, and the Daniel won't be going anywhere.
Daniel's got a small straight.
Well, Grinder's staring Daniel down. Wondering if a bet would win this pot for him. Well, Grinder bluff betting there. He does bet. He's going to try to represent the hand that Daniel has.
It's the biggest turn card in the world.
He's just really laying it on thick right now. Let's see if Daniel goes for it. And he does make the call with it.
6 of clubs, that'll be interesting.
Well, the board pairs 5s. The Grinder just has queen high, but I would think you have to automatically assume your opponent's at worst got an ace in his hand, Vince, when he calls you on the turn here.
The clock is ticking away. Will the grinder make a foolish bet?
That's a time button he's pitched in the pot. Gives him another 30 seconds to act. Now, who puts in time buttons when they're thinking about bluffing, unless you're the grinder?
Now he is going to bet it $105,000.
Yeah, pretty good sized bet into a pot that's got $136,000 in it.
You got it. Straight's good.
And Daniel is going to make the call with his straight, and he is going to take down the pot.
I gotta see one for once. Like yesterday, I let you get through too many.
So with that solid call, Daniel Weinman extends his chip lead.
Looking to get in the action while you're on the go? Yes! Then join me and other real players on Play WPT. And since you need to earn your chips, it's not just coin flips and all-ins at Play WPT. Play WPT Poker, where skill matters.
This is my first time in Seminole, and it's a very nice casino. It's been a great time. And everything here is nice, pool is nice. I didn't realize it was going to be such a high-end place. This is my home. I love it here. Literally, I've been here every day for the last probably few weeks. It's my casino, it's my poker room, and this couldn't happen in a better place.
Welcome back. All the players love the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. Why not? They put on great tournaments, great casino events. You and I love the steakhouse that we go to every night.
Yeah, incredible restaurants, a great gymnasium and pool. It is fun here. All right, back down to the table. To the grinder. And Michael the Grinder Mizrachi from Miami, Florida, looks down at an 8-5 of clubs. It's a big hand for him.
That's in his range of raising cards, for sure. There it is. Pops up to 32,000.
Behind him, our chip leader with King Jack.
Well, Daniel knows that Grinder raises with these kind of hands, so he's just going to 3-bet him with a little King Jack here, up to 92,000.
David goes out, and Daniel Santoro from New York picks up aces.
He is getting these premium hands at the right time. He's picked up ace-king twice when somebody's raising front, moved in and taken it. I'm guessing he's going to go all in here.
Come on.
Seidel goes out, and now Dylan looks down at a king.
Oh,
king!
What a time to get him.
All in.
Well, he's gone over the top all in.
Usually you're so happy to see him, but Dylan probably not going to be happy to see him here.
I just have an easy decision.
And Grinder now, of course, can't call it, goes out, Daniel out. And they turn the cards up.
Wow.
You can see just bad luck for Dylan to pick up kings at this particular time.
Welcome to Tournament of Champions.
And remember, we saw Daniel Wyman throw a king away. He had King Jack, so things not looking good for Dylan right now.
And the flop is a queen, 3 deuce. Aces are safe.
Suspense. It's killing me.
Vinci has gotten his premium hands at the right time, that's for sure.
Dylan's sickened by this. Maybe a miracle can happen now. Not there. 8 of diamonds on the turn. Everybody chirping away, smiling.
God, I got out. I had the 5-8 of clubs.
Going to the river. Dylan won't be out.
He needs a king, but doesn't catch it. An 8 comes off.
God. Ship it in one time.
How are you going to win that fucking?
Grinder jumps up because he had the 8-5 of clubs. But you just can't call a 5-bet raise in front of you with 8-eye. And Daniel Wyman's still the chip leader. But look, Daniel Santoro now sitting in second chip position here.
And Mikey came in as the low stack, the short stack at the table. And he's had good fortune here tonight so far.
Well, he did indeed. Now, we've only seen him play ace-king, and 2 aces. Now he's got some chips. He's going to widen his starting range here, going to raise it up with a king 10 of hearts.
Makes it 40,000 to go. Seidel out, and now Dylan with ace-queen.
Vinci's only got about 11 big blinds, so I just can't imagine he's not going to ship it right here. Now, I know he has a lot of respect for Santoro's strong hands, but
All in.
he does move all in, and you have to in that spot with his chip count, I think.
Certainly. Everybody else going out. Now David Ormsby with a little pair of 4s.
Well, it's been raised and re-raised. I just don't see you getting involved with 2 4s here. Got nothing invested.
Can't do it. So now on Santoro, yes, he's priced in. Makes the call, and they turn him up.
Well, Santoro happy to see he's got 2 live cards. Dylan out in front, of course, with the ace-queen. Dylan over a 3-2 favorite to win this pot and stay alive in this tournament.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Rooting against me?
I said good luck. I didn't say it to anybody.
I looked at him. It looked like it.
Doesn't mean I said it to him.
Oh, a king right on the flop. And Dylan saying, kings are killing me. He just had 2 kings, ran into 2 aces, where he doubled the guy up, and now the same guy just flopped a king to take the lead on him. Not over, Dylan. Catch an ace or 2 runners to make a straight. 2 running queens, but a 3 on the turn means Dylan Wilkinson must catch an ace on the river. Otherwise, he's going to be our 6th place finisher.
Last card. A 6 of diamonds. Not going to work out for Dylan Wilkinson.
Well, the UC Berkeley grad who majored in political science going back to the polls right now to figure out what to do, out in 6th place.
Walking away, has to be very disappointed. He's over to talk to Matt Savage.
Dylan, disappointing way to go. You dream about making the final table, then aces versus kings. Tell us about that hand.
Someone else woke up with aces. I have kings, pretty much always going to go down that way. You know, great week, disappointing result.
And with that, we end tonight's coverage from the Seminole Hard Rock Casino in Hollywood, Florida. Join us next time for more from the Monster WPT Tournament of Champions. For Mike Sexton, Vince Van Patten, Tony Dunst, Matt Savage, and everyone at the World Poker Tour, I'm Lynn Gilmartin. See you next time on the WPT.
The World Poker Tour is sponsored by ClubWPT.com. Never lose a dime playing poker, guaranteed.
I can outplay these guys. It's my shot. Got this. If I get the card, I prepare for this day. One time. Breathe.
You never know when your time is going to come. To rise above the rest. To see